Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you hear me. Please let me know if you hear me. Let me know if you hear me. Everything says it's right. The Yeti Nano is in. Everything's plugged in. Everything's working. Is working. We're good. All right. This is freaking. It was green. Everything was working. Everything's plugged in. I have to restart this stupid voice meter, man. It's the worst freaking terrible, man. So let me go up again. Salute to everybody, man. Thanks for coming in. Please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already, man. Thank you for joining me tonight, man. Greatly appreciate it. Gonna be talking about a lot of things with the Knicks, the game that we just played against the Cavaliers, winning 95-86. I'm gonna talk about some stupid comments made that RJ should come off the bench. RJ should be like Ben Simmons. He's not a playmaker. What is dumb-ish? Talk about, and for all those who want to see RJ in a bunch, please tell me your starting lineup so we could go over how that would work, especially given 4 games. What else? We're gonna talk about Rob the Knicks comments that I'm too negative on the Knicks. That why can I just celebrate the Knicks? Well, Rob, I'm 3-dimensional. You're 2-dimensional when it comes to the Knicks. So just stay at 2-dimension. I stay at 3-dimension. I'll be objective. But I'm gonna get into that real quick. TL salute, man. H_salute. Clyde Cromie salute. J Fahim Jr. salute. D Chan salute. I love this right here. Really grinds my gears. How after 3 games, people can even ask, should RJ come off the bench? Shake my effing head. Some Knicks fans are trapped in the matrix with unrealistic expectations. After 4 games, I hear people talking about Obi's a buzz. We should have drafted Halliburton up. Whatever, man. Darius, a great salute, bro. Salute. Yeah, I love that name. Darius, a great man. Persian name, even though he's probably not Persian. 0.5, salute, man. Let's get it. Siobhan Robinson, 21 gun salute, bro. Kaiser Sose, 21 gun salute, bro. Trying to look brolic, bro. I'm more brolic than you, man. I'm joking now. He's probably way more brolic than me. Let me see. Coach Gullah Blocks, man. Salute. 21 gun salute, man. Julian Trans, salute, bro. Yeah, I got that muted. I don't know what was. Everything is green. Everything is working. I had to restart voice meter, which was just working, by the way. I don't know what happened. Voice meter sucks, man. Jermaine Sims, salute. Let's see. We got AP Trader, salute. Yeah, I fixed this out. Hopefully, you guys hear me. People said they heard me, man. Delano Stillman, salute. 5-star Journal, salute, man. Ant, salute. Let me see who else I got. Yeah, I know. I fixed it, Mike, man. Hopefully it's working now, man. Let's see. Oh, Zach Staten, bro. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. He says, love the channel. Keep it up, bro. Thanks for having me. Anytime, bro. Anytime. My channel's open for everybody, man. Especially people with different opinions, man. As long as you're not trolling, we all good, man. As long as you're not insulting or disparaging anybody personally or that stuff, man. You come in here, you can fight, you can debate. I love it, man. Devonair Polo Don, salute. That is definitely a Haitian name, man. Woo! Devonair, I bet his middle name is like Baptiste Saint Michael. Baptiste. Sapai said, man. Corey wins, man. Salute. Enjoy the wins now. Hey, I enjoy every win, man. It's funny. I get called negative, and yet I have a show where I do the watch-alongs, and you see me screaming like an idiot every time the Knicks do something good. Every time Knox does something good these past 3 games, I'm a Knox hater. Every time Knox is doing something good, even when it's not scoring, I'm pointing it out and I'm screaming, but I'm negative. Woo! Amazing. Adele Chapman, salute, bro. Salute. Let me open up the phone lines too. If people want to call in, just to make sure that's open, man. Salute to all the mods, by the way, man. All the mods. I anointed a whole bunch of mods, man. Salute to you guys, man. Appreciate everything you're doing. Triborough, salute, man. Trust, salute. Oh, you're not Haitian? All right, my bad, man. Devonair, that just sounds mad Haitian, man. Salute to all my Haitians, man. Chuck B and whatever is left of his corpse, salute to him. Chuck B is dumb dead. A Nudie 25, salute, bro. Paul B, salute. Picked up my Randall for fantasy sleeper pick. Hey, we're going to talk about Randall and the games of attrition or the issues of attrition in regards to Randall. And because people say I'm a Debbie Downer, it's like you got to look at all facets of the game. That's what I like to. I don't care about, we won it. I've been through 5-game, 6-game winning streaks with teams that were 15 games below end of the season, 15 games below 500. Sustenance, how we move forward long term is what I'm worried about. Not saying I love the wins. These are great. We're 2-2. I love it. This is great. If the Knicks can squeak into it, it's great. Do I expect it? No. But it's great. But again, there are many things in regards to this game that you have to look at that you're like, is that sustainable? Knicks are number 2 in opponents' three-pointers made and number 1, I believe, in 3-point percentage. Is that sustainable? We're going to look at some numbers from Synergy to try to validate it. And the Knicks are playing good defensive perimeter. Post-up defense were terrible or not good. I mean, so there are deficiencies to this team, man. And no one can sit. Well, let me not say that. When you look at this team on paper, if you're being truthful with yourself, you wouldn't have said this is a playoff team. I'm not talking about, oh, coach. I'm just talking about pure talent and precedent, how we operate, just individual talent. You put them together. Is that a playoff team? There's people like, oh, this team sucks. This team. And it's like, well, the season just started. We've seen this before. And I'm not even coming at the Knicks. If the Knicks do good, I'm happy. If we get into play, I'm excited. But sometimes you got to be a little bit more realistic than, oh, you guys aren't optimistic. Dogs, man. I'm too old to be. I'm too old to have hope. Like to just go for hope. Like, come on, dogs. Ronald Miller, salute, man. What's good, brother? Salute to the chat. Peace, Knicks Nation. Of course, Peace Nation. Peace to the Knicks Nation, man. Salute. Imbert the Great, man. Charles B. Always good discussion when you're on. Don't say that about Chuck B. He doesn't. Good conversation about what? What does he talk about? What does Chuck B talk about? That's good. Chuck B is dead. He's dead. Long live Chuck B. Salute to Chuck B. Excuse me. He's done. What do y'all want from Chuck B? He's done. Got exposed for DSJ on that DSJ argument. He doesn't have anything else to go on. Coach Colorblocks killed him. Andy killed him. How many people are going to kill him? Ron killed him. Sim killed him yesterday because I saw that episode with Sim. And you talk about Frank, and you couldn't talk anymore. You are, oh, well, Sim came on at 3 a.m. in the morning to kill you. How does someone wake up from their REM sleep to kill you? Come on, Chuck. Come on, Chuck. How can someone wake up? Sim was in deep sleep. Went to the bathroom to take a leak. He's like, you know what? Let me just go online real quick. Chuck is on. He's throwing daggers at you. Come on, Chuck. Chuck looking like freaking looking like that dude from Above the Rim when they on Tupac's team with the gold jersey. Come on, bro. Come on, son. Come on, man. Thank you, Anuti. Objective means delusional to fans. Paul B. Yes, 9 turnovers. Yes, and the funny thing is that when you look at his turnovers, it's weird because when you look at the turnovers of Randall, you have to ask yourself, is now with the style of play, I give him a lot of credit, right? He's definitely fixed the style of play to fit with the team that the coach wants. But again, teams are playing, they're going to play the Knicks, they're going to play the passing lane tree from Randall a lot more aggressively because they know basically the Knicks do not have another angle in regards to their offense. Julius Randle is the offense. You know what I'm saying? Suit to G Money. So I'm gonna be star critical because son, just be objective. That's it. IQJ, salute, bro. Salute. Just be objective. That's it, man. Please hit the likes, man. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. Yeah, victimize Chuck, bro. Like, come on, son. Like, how many times you gonna cook ground beef? Like, he's ground Chuck. How many times you gonna cook? It's burnt. I can't. It's inedible now. It's done. Chuck, just go to sleep. It's done. What do you want? You say he talked for an hour and 30. You were on there before Sim. Chuck B was on there before Sim. What is he? You see, this is what I'm talking about, Chuck B, man. You and Rob the Nick. You're a little bit better than Rob the Nick. Rob the Nick, this is Rob the Nick. He'll say something, especially with me. He keeps trying to come at me. Rob the Nick don't want to debate with me because if we actually had a debate and moderate, I'd embarrass him. This is Rob the Nick. He says I'll say something. I'll say, no, I didn't. And I'll prove that I didn't. Then I'll prove my point. He'll say, that's what I was saying. I'm like, no, you weren't saying. He's like, no, I was saying. That's how kids argue. Like when you prove somebody wrong and then they change the question or they change and say, oh, yeah, I said that. And he just keeps talking over you and talking a lot. It's like, all right. Come on. You don't want to argue with me, Rob. And by the way, let me just address Rob real quick. So this is Rob the Nick. This is all love, by the way. I ain't serious with this. But this is Rob the Nick. He says I'm negative about the Knicks. I never saw it. So what was I when I did a 2 or 3 hour video on a Sunday about the Knicks using a triangle and how all the starters, including DSJ, can benefit from the triangle? I did a 2-3 hour video on how the triangle could work for the Knicks and how players like DSJ could exploit it and be productive in it. Is that negative? I did a video on Alec Burks, right? And I talked about how his stats with his corner threes, him driving to the basket, drawing fouls, how that fit Tom Thibodeau's offense and how he could be a sleeper. Now I say sleeper as in like he was going to have the year he's having now, but really valuable to the team. I did that, right? Every watch along I have, or every time I do a good to bad Knicks, I was the one that was talking about how Kevin Knox, before they shut down the video, I was showing examples about how Kevin Knox played defense on Kevin Middleton. Even though he had 7 points, I said that was the best game I saw from Kevin Knox in a while, even outside of those preseason games where he's shooting threes. That's negative. Julius Randle, I have yet to say a bad thing about him offensively, even though he had 9 turnovers yesterday. Said that he was playing great from the low post, from the pinch post, was facilitating passing. I talk about how his assists, secondary assists, potential assists are all going up. That's negative. I think I did scout on Cleveland Cavaliers. I talked about not to sleep on them, how the Knicks could possibly exploit. I talked about all these things. That's negative. Oh, the Knicks are number 1 in 3-point shooting. Why can't you just take that? Well, it's like, bro, first of all, it's 4 games. 2, the Knicks have let up a lot of open shots. You're not, on average, the Cleveland Cavaliers, I believe last year shot 35%. Yesterday shot, 20-something percent? The Bucks shot, I think 18% against us from 3 last game. They set a record last night against the Heat for threes. So is what the Knicks are doing, is that an anomaly or is that long term? Like, if I ask these questions, if we had a judge or an arbitrator and it was just me and Rob, I would destroy you. Because these are the questions these are questions that coaches look at. This is what scouts look at. Are the Knicks forget the Knicks. Is this team, they're on a run, are they lucky or is this legitimately good defense? Right? Because when teams adapt to you, if teams start adapting to the Knicks, if teams start hitting their threes on average, I'm not even talking about hitting 40%, I'm talking about hitting 35% of their threes. It's a different game. And so to ghetto intellect, because he corrected me on my math arithmetic issue. Because I said they shot 35%, they would have 11 points, but you have to multiply that 11 by 3. So if the Cleveland Cavaliers, I believe they shot 35% from 3 last year, if they shot 35% yesterday, right? They made a few of those open threes. It's a different game. And we're all sitting here, oh man, the Knicks, oh Burks, he shot. Y'all the same dudes. I remember after the preseason game, the first preseason game, y'all the same dude. I believe it was Rob the Knick too. Y'all the same ones that said, Burks, why is Burks here? He sucks. And I was one of the only ones on Blowing Share saying, bro, he's a veteran. It's his first game. Chill out. Oh, Burks sucks. Why did we sign him? Now y'all all singing his praises. Now y'all all loving Burks now, right? That's what I'm talking about. When you're objective, you say, all right, here's precedent. Here's history. Here are projections, right? He's probably going to fall within here. As he gets older, obviously, it's going to start to wane, right? Diminishing returns just because he's getting older, right? For most people, right? On average. But all y'all praising a lot of these players that I was pointing out and saying, this person's this person's that. Then he gets mad at me that I don't ish on RJ Barrett enough. RJ Barrett has not been having good games offensively, right? I even said against the who do we just play before against that Bucks team? I said he didn't have a good game, even though I think he ended with around almost 20 points. I think around there, right? But he did a lot of his damage when the game was ready in hand. I said he didn't have a game. He was struggling. I pointed that out. That's what I'm saying. When you're objective with certain people, you have to, oh my gosh, the Knicks, when are we gonna go to playoffs? Like, for what? I don't do the Knick heroin. That's not me, dogs. You older than me, Rob, and you still falling for the Knick heroin? Yikes, man. Salute to you guys, man. Leisure, you just won Suggs. We get. Hey, look at here. Let me say something real quick. If you're dumb enough to not pay attention to all facets of the NBA game and how you develop, one of them being the draft, you're an idiot. Because a lot of y'all talking about how Obi Toppin's a bust. And I was saying I had issues about Obi Toppin's game, and a lot of y'all voiced those same issues. And I was saying that Ben Simmons on NBK, I was saying I had these same issues with Obi Toppin. Ben Simmons. Now, he's a bust, he's this and that. But I thought y'all don't pay attention to the draft. Everybody was singing Obi Toppin's praise, but I thought y'all don't pay attention to the draft. So what is it? You want to pay attention to the draft or you don't? I can watch the draft or not. Suit to God, Moses Elijah, suit to Ralph. But he's coming, all y'all do is watch the draft. Bro, you know how many games I have to go back and watch now? I talk to Nick G all the time. I'm like, damn, I got to go back and watch the game. Him too. He's like, because he's working right now. He's like, damn, I ain't going to try to watch this game one more. I'm just trying to watch him in a 10-game set. Because I'm watching all these Knicks games. I'm trying to break them down, do videos. So where am I not paying attention to regards to Knicks? Yo, man, come on, dogs. Salute to God, Moses Elijah, bro. But you be bugging, man. You my guy, man, but you be bugging sometimes, bro. on this draft stuff. If you're not paying attention to all facets of the game, free agents or possibly free agents, drafts, how we're playing, you need to pay attention to all that because the best teams are doing it. Best teams are scouting guys in Europe who haven't even freaking popped on the radar yet. There are people right now. Go listen to and suit to Nick G for putting me on this. Go listen to the Game Theory podcast. They're talking about Chet Holmgren, who's supposed to be coming out, I guess, the same year as Amani Bates. They're already scouting on kids now. And I'm not saying we tank. I'm just saying you have to have an eye on these people. So say, all right, there's an eye on these guys. All right, let's see how these guys progress. How can you fit in the Nick lineup? People talking about Cade Cunningham. I'm sitting here telling you, if you actually watch Cade Cunningham, because a lot of people say, oh, Cade Cunningham, but y'all don't watch Cade Cunningham. Not everybody, but a lot of people who say, oh, just get Cade. Suggs actually fits the Knicks probably a little bit better than Cade Cunningham. But people just know, oh, Cade Cunningham, the name. No. If you actually watch the game, you probably say, James Suggs actually might fit the Knicks a little bit better. And still be a dynamic player. They're both going to be really good players, I believe, but Jalen Suggs fits the Knicks a little bit better. But let's get to these questions, man. So, Rob the Nick, if you want me to kill you, I could kill you like Chuck, bro. You don't want it. We can do it on my show because I know Blars here is just going to talk everybody. And I know Stephen Fox, out of respect for Stephen Fox, salute to the general, the consigliere, Stephen Fox. I don't want to talk over people, but if you want to have a controlled environment where I destroy all your so-called qualms about me, we can do that anytime, man. So I got some questions for tonight, man. One of them, is Randall being overused? Do we have another avenue on offense to go to that takes away tension from Randall? Are we scared of Randall's sudden emergence as a point forward given his contract year situation, right? Should RJ Barrett go to the bench? Is he doing enough to warrant playing time with the starters, right? That's another question. Is a Knicks opponent percentage a real thing? The team right now ranks in second in 3 points allowed, number one in opponents' 3-point percentages, seventh in points allowed, 10th in field goal percentage, and fifth in opponent field goal percentage. Another question, why is Kevin Knox not getting looks or getting the ball? Knox had 6 points yesterday, 2 for 3 from the field, 2 for 2 from three-point line, only 1 rebound, defensive rebound, and 3 personal fouls. Another, why are fans so averse to think about the NBA draft, especially when people now calling Obi a bust and praising guys like Halliburton, and then we're going to scout the Raptors a little bit. So yeah, let me just get to Randall. Is Randall being overused right now? Right now, let's just look at his usage. And I thought I copied this down, but I didn't. But I have it open. Hold on, let me just get to this right here. So right now, Randall is averaging about 37.8 minutes right now. His usage rate, I believe, is second on the team to RJ Barrett at around, I had this copy down too. I can't find it now. Usage rate is around 26.9%, which is a little bit lower than his usage rate last year, 27.6%. And he had 27.8% the year before the New Orleans Pelicans. So again, he had 48% of the assists last night against the let me just look at the chat real quick, man. I apologize, but I'm not trying to ignore the chat whatsoever. Suits everybody here, man. Bodega Wi-Fi, salute, bro. Got him, Elijah. 500 bats on 2 first-round picks enough? No. When you're on a bad team, no, you don't have enough assets, man. And again, I have yet to say Randall should be traded or anything. I haven't really given my opinion. I just put that out as a question. Randall is 6 in minutes. So says H_. RJ to the bench. That question is absurd. We're going to get to that too. The Knicks have talent. What to call them, top 10 or 20. Every team has talent per se, but we're talking relatively speaking. Compared to other teams, when you came into the season, they don't have talent like that. No, that's fine. That's fine. If you like Cade, I really have absolutely no problem with you liking Cade. So Eric Soy, salute to you, said, explain your sense of why Suggs would be a better fit, because Suggs is so. One thing that kind of messes up, that does make it a little bit skewed, is that Suggs has a way better team than OK State. But Suggs as a primary ball handler, as a point guard, I feel that Cade Cunningham is more of like a shooting guard who can do a little bit of everything on a high level. Suggs' court vision is stupid. When you look at his court vision in regards to the zones, ridiculous. I've watched games where Cade Cunningham, the team struggled playing against teams like Oakland, where they only, basically were able to win the game at the end of it. Right. And they've lost a few games. I think they lost to Texas Tech. Hold on, let me make sure. And there are games where sometimes Cade Cunningham just kind of fades, right? Where I've seen games, especially against the Auburn game, or the game where Gonzaga played Auburn, where you saw Jalen Suggs, even though he couldn't get a shot off, his facilitation and his defense was top notch. Cade Cunningham doesn't play defense like that. Now, what Cade Cunningham does it very well, he's not the fastest or quickest, but he plays on his defenders' missteps. So as a guard in the NBA, he could be really nasty, but he may have trouble separating, right? If a guy could play right in front of him, I think he may have some trouble separating. Now, shot, Very clean, very nice. He's going to be like, if you put him on a really good team, he'll be a beast. Or if you put him in a decent, he's a talented player. But for Jalen Suggs, in terms of facilitation, be able to shoot off the dribble, shoot off ball. I don't know exact stats shooting off ball, but I've seen him be able to do it. His court vision, how he uses speed to draw in defenses, kick it out. You know, he could play a little bit of that Westbrook ball. He could play a little bit of the Dame Lillard, hit shots from deep. He has a little bit of Chauncey Billups to him, keeping his dribble, eating up the defense and making those passes, slick passes to guys like Joel Ajayi, kick it out to Kispert. And he knows when he's not shooting well, too, because I've seen games where he's given up to Corey Kispert because he wasn't shooting well when he had an open shot. I know people say that might be him being scared, but that's not. He just knows how to defer to his teammates who are good. I see they're both smart, but they're just Cade Cunningham, regardless of a guard that we need for the Knicks, I think would be a lot better than, say, Cade Cunningham. Like, if you try to force Cade Cunningham to be this facilitating guard, like our primary ball facilitating guard, I think you might, I want to say struggle. You're just not going to get as much from him. That's a dynamic guard. Obviously, he could be a beast for the Knicks. It's just, I see with Jalen Suggs, I think his fit and the fact that, like, his talent compared to Cade, like Cade, you could say his here and Jalen's like right here. But then you add the fit, then I think he kind of jumps above Cade. But it's real early in the season. I think, unfortunately, OK State can't play in the tournament because some violation or something like that. But we'll see how Gonzaga operates in the tournament, in the March Madness. I believe they're number one right now. I believe they're number one, according to AP voting. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're number one right now. And they just destroyed the Dixie State Trailblazers, 112-67. But back to the chat, man. Let me get to it. Salute to Uncle Fulio, Josh, big time troll. Salute to him. Dude was stalking me yesterday talking about, this dude left the chat. I come in and he's like, he posed me a question. I didn't really care to answer it. I answer it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the chat, and he follows me. So it's like, Josh, you don't, just leave me alone, man. Why do you and Rob want to come after me, man? Like, this is, you guys are accused of the brethren, man. Just let me be, man. Like, come on, man. I'm feeding y'all, man. Y'all don't want it, man. But I'm gonna talk about your RJ Barrett going to the bench. We're gonna talk about that tonight, man. Like the channel, or else the Knicks will trade the whole farm for Mel. Don O'Cannon, salute, bro. Wow, that's the first time Don O'Cannon has entered the building without trolling. Salute to Don O'Cannon. Philip Jones, salute, bro. Suggs and quickly in the backcourt. Philip, hey, don't say that, man, because now you just want us to tank, right? According to some people. I think Suggs would thrive next to a guy like Quickly. I think Suggs would just thrive in this team, period. The Wolf OB trash for like 3 years. Hey, I don't know. I ain't calling him trash now, even though he wasn't the guy I wanted. But let's see, man. Again, we have not seen really anything about Obi, man. We're calling him trash. And again, we be the same guys. If Obi comes out and kills, we be the same guys saying, oh, I told you so. It's like, give the kid. He's a rookie. He's a rookie taking chances. I mean, the first game, obviously, he missed a lot. But again, you're trying to get Obi Toppin to be in uncomfortable situations, right? Work in places where his weaknesses lie. How can Obi get better if all you're doing is working on his strengths? Now, I will say this. I've said that with Knox, that he's a guy that you have to get him comfortable. But Obi, I think, has a lot more confidence than Knox, where he doesn't mind working on his weaknesses. He's just, his demeanor, how he carries himself, doesn't seem like a person who just be down and, you know, kind of out of it. And he'll let the rest of that drag. Yeah, he has to improve that free throw percentage, Jalen Suggs. But yeah, with Obi Top, I just don't see him as one of these guys that lets his confidence down, even when he's not hitting. I think he's confident. It's just that you have to kind of refine his game, teach him new things. And if you could make him more exploitive in sets, like the pick and pop that he ran, where he drove to the basket after he faked the shot, threw the floater up, but he missed. You want to be more effective in those things. You have to run him a lot more. He's going to look ugly. You're expecting that. But a lot of things that we're doing with Obi, regards to getting him in some of these weaker, or work out some of his weaker, the same thing we complain about not doing with Knox and Frank and, well, I guess DJ a little bit. So again, it's going to be ugly when you're developing certain players who are not necessarily advanced at certain things, but you want them to become overall better players. Tom Thibodeau's not stupid. He's not dumb. So give it some time, man. And for all the people that say I'm negative, Obi Toppin was not my guy. I said I do not want Obi Toppin. And look at me now, giving him some leeway to operate. Rob, hopefully you catch this. Rob. Lord Jesus, man. Salute to Rob, man. But bro, come on, man. Everything I say is negative. No, it is not. Try to be objective, man. Chase Stacks. Salute, bro. Salute. I'm gonna open the live, man. I'm open the live. Gary Butler, salute, man. I just want to go over a few things real quick. So let me go over with RJ Barrett. So I heard the notion RJ Barrett needs to go to the bench, right? So and I heard from God Most Elijah, I want RJ Barrett to be more like Ben Simmons. Well, Ben Simmons is a 6'9" gazelle who can't shoot. RJ Barrett can't shoot. But again, what Ben Simmons has to do is not the same what RJ Barrett has to do. Ben Simmons is literally their point so-called point guard. You call him point forward, but point guard, essentially. Two different responsibilities. RJ Barrett is supposed to be a playmaker on the ball, right? In terms of going to the basket. And let me say this. You said that you want him to facilitate a little bit more, right? So let's look at his stats, right? His assist numbers. Assist numbers, 3.8. He's averaging right now. And that's probably went down because he had that terrible assist game last night where he only had 2 assists. And I want to go over the assists that he's had for the season. Hold on. RJ Barrett. You see the assist numbers he's had for the games, excuse me. That's what I meant to say. Game by game logs. So because I don't want to say this wrong. He's had this computer could work. He's had 8 assists in the first game. No, my bad. Yeah, 5, I said that totally. I was saying his rebounds before, so I apologize. I put on Ron Cleveland. I was naming the rebounds. I meant to put the assists. I was putting the rebound numbers by mistake. So yeah, 5 assists in the first game, 4 assists in the last game, or in the second game, 4 assists in the third game, 2 assists in the Cleveland game. Right? You're talking about a 2 guard who's really not tasked or asked to be a facilitator, right? But he's making plays and he leads the team outside of Elfrid Payne. He was leading the team before Elfrid Payne had his game yesterday. He was leading the team in assist. He was second in team in assist, excuse me. Elfrid Payne. So right now, the leads in assist of Julius Randle. Obviously, everyone knows he's now the point forward they've been asking for at 7.5. Elfrid Payne at 4.5 and RJ Barrett at 3.8. Before the game yesterday, he was second in assists over Elfrid Payne. This is a 2 guard you're talking about. Now let's go back to his assist numbers. Assist numbers. Hold on. Let me take down, if anybody wants to call, let me take down the what's the name? So for assist numbers, secondary assist stays the same at 0.3. Potential assists, 5.8 to 4.6 last year. Potential assist, as you know, is a pass that goes into a possession event. It was either a shot, a foul, or a turnover, right? Assisted points created, 10.3 versus 6.3 in the previous year. Assist to pass ratio or percentage, 12.1 to 2.2% in the previous year. So where is he not trying to play make? Mind you, RJ Barrett's connection, Julius Randle. Julius Randle has a 62.5% field goal percentage with RJ Barrett at 4% attempts, total shooting attempts per game. Reggie Bullock has a highest at 70%, but is only at 2 attempts per game. So when you take into account percentages, success, and attempts, RJ Barrett is the best playmaker to Julius Randle on the court. Elfrid Payton has a 31.6% field goal. Julius Randle has a 31.6% field goal percentage at 4.8 attempts when Elfrid Payton passes the ball. RJ Barrett is a better playmaker to Julius Randle than Elfrid Payton is. So what are y'all talking about that RJ Barrett should not be in the starting lineup? Uncle Fulio, you said that Bullock should be in the you said did you say Alec Burks should be in there instead of him? So you're gonna have 2 of the same players, even though Burks can play on the ball a little bit better. You have two of the same guys with Bullock and Burks. Now, who's just shooting off the bench? Because RJ Barrett's not shooting. Who's your shooters off the bench? Because you said synergy, and where's the synergy? And then also take into account, Alec Burks is 29? And he's already injured. Guys get older. This is the reason why certain guys stay at, when they get older, they become more role players. They can't play as many heavy minutes. Their bodies are breaking down. RJ Barrett's 22 or whatever he is, early 20s? Tasked to be a slasher, can facilitate. But the thing about it is that you guys don't see it. When he does drive to the basket, goes to the middle and kicks it out to guys like Knox or Bullock or all these guys on the outside. Y'all don't see that. Y'all just see him struggling, which he is struggling. He is struggling to get a shot off. He's not shooting well from 3. He's taking some shots. He's kind of like the give up shot where he's trying to drive on guys like Drummond who just staying, or not driving against Drummond, but Drummond's there on the weak side. He sees that Drummond's there on the weak side. He's not putting up with the mid range, not throwing up floaters. But it's literally 2 games you can look at and say, wow. I mean, you could take the third game too, but the kid's going through a slight slump and he's still producing as a playmaker. He's still averaging how many rebounds did I just say? He's still averaging. He's third in rebounds on the team at 7.3, right below Mitchell Robinson at 7.8. You guys got to stop with this, man. I got to stop with this. Y'all might say, oh, it's not. I'm looking at the stats, bro. What are y'all talking about? Please hit the like. Please like the video, subscribe, man. It's just annoying because you guys, some of you guys just talk and say RJ should do this, and y'all don't look at the numbers. Y'all don't look at what he's tasked to do on the floor. And I think somebody put in Ronald Cleveland's show, Suits of Man said Knicks. Please go subscribe to Man said Knicks. Someone put in there that Tom Thibodeau likes what RJ is doing. Now, that's not even saying I'm satisfied with RJ is doing, but y'all killing RJ Barrett, but y'all don't kill other players. I'm not coming at Kevin Wright, but I've seen people make excuses for Kevin Knox, who could come in game hit these shots, but he's not even getting looks. And if he's not getting, I mean, he only had 1 rebound yesterday. RJ Barrett in a so-called bad game is still giving you rebounds. I know he only had 2 assists. He still gave you what? 7? How many rebounds he had yesterday? That dude's be killing me with this, man. Oh my gosh, man. He had 7 rebounds yesterday. 6 defensive, 1 offensive. 2 personal fouls, 2 turnovers, 2 steals. The 2 assists was perfect from the free throw line. Shot terrible from the field, 4 for 15. That's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. But at least he's giving me some production somewhere else. Kevin Knox to come in, he shoots well, but then where else is production? If he's not getting looks, what else is he doing? And Kevin Knox is playing good defense. I'm not taking that away from him. But he goes invisible many times. And maybe, yes, I understand he's not starting. RJ is starting. But y'all saying, oh, Knox should come in for RJ. But it's like, are you like, yo, come on, man. Stop. Some of you guys gotta break. I'm not answering my phone. Hold on. Yo, this thing, Max sucks, man. What the hell is happening? Oh, let me see the volume. Now my phone's working. Next TV is on and everything. Hold on. Yeah, so everything's on. Next TV is on everything. I'm running away. How am I running away? I'm not running away from you, dogs. You literally, no one. Here's the guy I'm running away from. Yes, hello, who's this?
What's going on, man? You know who it is.
No, I don't. Who's this?
It's Freddy Krueger. It's your worst nightmare.
Who's Freddy?
It's Uncle Fulio.
Don't you just defeat Freddy Krueger by not being scared of him? It's like the easiest thing. It's just, oh yeah, it's Uncle Fulio.
Well, you don't want to unplug the phone, okay? So
it's my Mac. It turns off. It's called a screensaver. It turns off.
And you didn't want to get on the live chat yesterday. So, but let me
hold on. He ain't gonna get away with that. He's not, guys. Stephen Fox. I know he's joking, but I want everybody to know Stephen Fox could not get to Freezy in time to get us on the internet. I was on it for about maybe 30, 40 some minutes, waiting to get on. Uncle Fulio tries to follow me, waiting to try to come back. I would destroy. Go ahead, Uncle Fulio. Go ahead. Don't listen to this dude, man. This is
always got excuses for everything. But
I got excuses for. I got proof for everything. Mind you, he said that I said something about Mitchell Robinson and something about the trade. I gave him evidence. I said something to the contrary. I sent him on IG. Yeah, still to provide me proof that I said what I said. This is Uncle Fulio. This is Uncle Fulio for you guys. You don't got no proof. I got receipts. I'm an old woman with my receipts. I got all my receipts ready for the tax man. He don't got none. But go ahead, Uncle Fulio. Let's see if this guy got me. Go ahead, bro.
Are you done? Can I go now?
Go ahead, man. Kevin Middleton salute, bro. Go ahead, man. Thomas.
Right, here's the deal. Here's the deal, right? And people think that first of all, Knicks fans. I feel like Knicks fans have gotten soft. Okay, it's like we want to baby these players, and you can't say anything about RJ, the shrine that is RJ, because it's like desecration. Like it's like you can't say anything about this guy. You can't be critical of his game. First and foremost, I want to see RJ succeed, and like a lot of people say, and it's a fact. He's only 20 years old. All right. Second year in the NBA, but some people want to say, no, it's still his first year because the NBA season was cut short last season. Okay, so he's very, very young, and he's still in development phases. Okay? RJ Barrett has really never been efficient. He has not been efficient. And I'm not just talking about the actual jump shot, but period. From the field, RJ Barrett is not the most efficient player. And that is really not good considering the fact that he does not have a jump shot, that most of his points are going to come from inside the arc. Okay, so what I proposed was, and I don't want to do this right now. Right now, the team is on a little bit of a winning streak, is on a roll. I don't want to just make this move sudden, spontaneous right now. But my thing is, if RJ Barrett continuously is ineffective or inefficient from the floor, let's say 20 games into the season, I think that we should consider at least bringing him off the bench as a sixth man. Now, why?
Didn't you hold on? Sorry to cut you off. Didn't you say salute to Muhammad Thomas, by the way, salute. Didn't you say that you wanted that yesterday? I didn't hear about this 20 games in yesterday. I heard you say you wanted him to that we should consider doing it like now. Him come off the bench.
No, I did not say that. I did not say that at all. See, if you were
please, anybody in the chat, if you heard him say 20 games, hold on. If I heard you incorrectly, Josh, if I heard you incorrectly, I'm gonna ask the chat. If I heard you incorrectly, because I didn't hear the 20 games thing, I just heard you because TL was saying, "Yo, this dude wants to do." I didn't hear about this 20 games thing. If someone in the chat can confirm that he said 20 games yesterday, then I'll concede to that. But when we were talking, I didn't see 20 games.
And key word, I said if he continuously is inefficient from the floor. I don't want to do this right now because the team is on a 2-game winning streak and it's only 4 games into the season. So it doesn't make sense to do this move right now. Absolutely, it makes no sense to make sudden changes. Okay.
Hold on. Just to back you up, Kevin Middleton said he heard you that you said 20 games. So I'm giving you that. Because when I was talking with you, I didn't personally see, but if you said it before that, I'm gonna give you credit for that. So just to make sure you know that I'm not trying to cheat you, but go ahead.
Okay, well, it's because you weren't listening. But let me just continue my point.
I wasn't on Blarn's tears the whole time. I was talking with people like I wasn't on it the whole time to see you say 20 games. I just saw
okay. All right, got it. It's done. I got you. Okay, so let me continue. So the reason why I feel like this would be a really good move to make is because, first of all, like everyone's saying, he's only 20 years old. He's still young. He's still young in his development. No one says that if you get drafted 3rd overall, you have to be in the starting lineup. Okay, that's number one. Number two, just because you put somebody on the bench per se does not mean that they necessarily have to have their minutes cut. RJ Barrett can still play the same amount of minutes as a sixth man as he is as a starter. Okay? Third thing I want to point out is that it's not necessarily a bad thing to be a sixth man. Like Elfrid Payton is the starting point guard. Everyone knows that Emmanuel Quickly gives the team a more of a spark, and it's kind of better than Elfrid Payton. But Tom Thibodeau still feels like it's best to have Emmanuel Quickly come off the bench. And in those clutch moments, in those crunch time moments, Quickly is going to be on the floor as opposed to Elfrid Payton.
So okay, how in the hell? Hold on. How the hell after a preseason game and 5 or how many minutes he played? 12 minutes, I think Quickly played in that first game. You can already project that Quickly is going to be the go-to guy in clutch situations over Elfrid Payton. We literally said.
I never said that. I never said that.
You just said.
I never said that.
You just said clutch situations. IQ would be in a line of over Elfrid Payton. You just said that.
No, listen to me. But I didn't say the go-to guy. You said the go-to guy.
So,
I didn't say that.
That he'll be he'll be in for EP. Well, you just said he'll be in there for EP in clutch time situations, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean go-to guy.
Okay, not go-to guy. That IQ will be in there over. It's funny how we project. We project for IQ already. The kid is hardly playing the NBA.
But hold on, but I'm not the only person. Hold on, I'm not the only person doing that. A lot of people want IQ to start, and I think it's BS because like everyone, like I'm saying, it's only been 4 games. It's only the beginning of the season. We only seen a guy play in 2 preseason games. So I agree with that way of thinking. It's only been a short amount of time. That's why I still want Payton to start the game. I don't want Quickly to be the starter. But let me continue my point. What I'm saying is just because you come off the bench does not mean you won't be in the game when in crunch time or when the game is on the line or in later parts of the game. Okay?
I never said that.
You can still have hold on, let me finish. You can still have RJ Barrett play the same amount of minutes, if not more, than Kevin Knox, who is the person that I want to start over RJ Barrett. Now, the reason why I want Kevin Knox to do it is, one, he's probably the only other pure small forward on the team. And 2, he has the ability to stretch the floor. And with Julius Randle passing the ball the way he's passing right now, I think that would be a good thing for Kevin Knox. And he's due to be in the starting lineup. Besides Frank, he's probably been on the team longer than everybody else.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Okay.
You've talked a lot. So let me ask you a question. So
who,
outside of Julius Randle, who in that starting lineup do you trust to play make?
Do I trust the playmaker?
Okay, sorry. No. Let me reword that.
Okay.
Who has the best chemistry with Julius Randle on that starting lineup?
okay, so I heard you read your numbers off. And
it's not my numbers, the NBA numbers,
so
stats.
Who has to? Okay, so from what I understand, what I heard you say because I was driving, you said Reggie Bullock has to with Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock has the high, or Julius Randle converts the more.
I said Reggie Bullock has Julius Randle scores 70%. Julius Randle, whenever he gets a pass for Reggie Bullock, he's at 70%. But it's yes, half, or it's only on 2 attempts per game versus RJ Barrett, I believe, is at 4.8 attempts a game. Julius Randle is at 62.5% field goal percentage.
Okay, so would you agree that that a lot of Knicks possessions are Julius Randle being isolated and him being the playmaker?
No, because the way you're framing it, what does that have to do with my point about RJ Barrett? What does that have to do with my part about RJ Barrett? See how you go on to something else? I just asked you, is RJ Barrett the best playmaker? I'm trying to make it your narrative. Listen, let me finish. No. It's not you finish. You went on for 20 minutes about your thing. Now answer my question. Is RJ Barrett the best playmaker in the starting lineup for Julius Randle?
I would say it's Elfrid Payton. They have a. It's
not Elfrid. How's it Elfrid Payton? If Elfrid Payton, Julius Randle has a 32 point. What I mentioned? 31.6% field goal percentage. Julius Randle has when Elfrid Payton's passing the ball.
So, but how do you know that's on the passer? It could be Julius Randle just missing the shot.
Hold on. It doesn't matter. If someone is passing him the ball, if Elfrid Payton is passing Julius Randle the ball, these are so-called sister shots. Whatever passes that Julius Randle does not have that chemistry with Elfrid Payton for whatever reason. RJ Barrett does.
Slow down. You're going too fast. I'm trying to hear you right now. Slow down.
Sorry. Someone's called. Hold up. Yo, to the person who's calling me, please call back in like 5 minutes, please. All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. So just slow down a little bit.
Yeah, Elfrid Payton. You just mentioned Elfrid Payton. You just say he has the best connection. He has Julius Randle is averaging 31.6% field goal percentage off of 4.8 attempts from Elfrid Payton. So he doesn't have the best chemistry with Elfrid Payton. RJ Barrett.
But I'm saying is the reason why I'm counteracting that stat that you put out is because Julius Randle could just miss the shot when someone is passing him the ball. It doesn't really like when you watch the game. Everyone knows when you watch the game, you can see that Elfrid Payton sees the ball of Julius Randle. The biggest complaint with Elfrid Payton and Julius Randle was that they only look for each other. That's the biggest complaint. Hold
on. This is what I'm saying. Elfrid Payton is tasked with being the point guard of the team. He literally runs the pick and roll a lot with Julius Randle. And it ain't working. Better than some other players. Better than RJ Barrett. And if you want to take out attempts, obviously you have to wait.
You said it's not working? You said
it's not working relative to other players. His percentage is not better with EP versus with RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett has
I don't understand how that stat is relevant to it when Julius Randle can easily just miss the shot. It doesn't really.
There's something to it. So multivariate analysis, right? There's something to it. There's something to it.
Really don't mean as much.
How does it not mean much if there's a player on the floor that when this guy's facilitating to him for whatever reason it is, he's scoring at a higher clip. Maybe RJ Barrett is slashing, getting to the basket, pushing the pace better than EP. Maybe he fits Julius Randle a little bit better. Draws in the defense. Julius Randle's right there at the basket. Slip pass where it may be. Hits the open shot. For whatever reason, the chemistry works better with RJ Barrett than it does with EP. Go ahead.
Legion, all this is regardless of the point, right? Let's say for argument's sake, I concede your point. And I say that RJ Barrett, him and Julius Randle have the best connection. And if you take RJ Barrett out the starting lineup, you think that stops Julius Randle from getting his?
No, but the thing about hold on. All you're thinking about is Julius Randle in isolation. Again, Julius Randle's averaging 37.6 minutes a night. There's something called attrition. If he's the only playmaker on the ball, because Knox ain't playmaking like RJ Barrett. Forget about the shots. I know he can shoot. Hold up. He can shoot better than RJ Barrett. But what I'm saying is that Julius Randle, if Julius Randle is the only playmaker on the court you have to worry about, you can defend him a lot more easier. His impact is not going to be as high versus if I have to account for a guy. And even if RJ Barrett is suffering right now, I have to worry about RJ Barrett slashing to the basket. I got to worry about this guy being able to play make. If I don't have another playmaker on the floor, and Julius Randle's the only guy playmaking, it's easier to defend. I know they're going to try to kick out to the perimeter.
But he's not. But the thing is, he's not the only guy playmaking on the court. According to your numbers, Elfrid Payton is also giving playmaking opportunities.
And it's not good. I just wrote my numbers disprove your theory. My numbers said that with Elfrid Payton's Julius Randle's percentage for passing Elfrid Payton is not good. So my numbers do not prove what you're saying. In fact, it shows that EP and Randall do not have as good a relationship as you think they do, or other people think they do.
Listen, even if I can see, I can see your point. That still has nothing to do. Listen, RJ Barrett does a lot of other things well outside of scoring.
Right.
Okay, I know that. I know that for a fact. I know that. I'm not taking anything away from RJ Barrett and other facets of the game outside of scoring. He definitely does other things well. Rebound, defensively, he's a dog. You know what I mean? And he does have the ability to play make. I'm not taking any of that away from him. But the point is, the Knicks are okay offensively. RJ Barrett is getting open looks. He's just not knocking down the shot.
Okay.
So the whole purpose of this argument is to see how can we get RJ Barrett to start knocking down some shots and getting into.
How about with RJ Barrett? You have yet to talk about his usage on the floor. You didn't mention any. You talking about sitting this kid down. You didn't talk about, okay, RJ, instead of driving on your left, when you see the weak side defense with guys like Turner, or you see guys like Drummond leaking by, where even if you beat your initial guy, you have weak side to worry about. How about you shoot a floater before you get there? He did that in the Indiana Pacers game where Turner was down low. He threw a floater up early. How about we worry about, hey, RJ Barrett, how about you take the mid-range a little bit more? Shoot a little bit more mid-ranges.
You know why I'm not, okay, but you know why I'm not worried about that? Because the shots that he is taking, they're good shots. So it's not the shots that he's taking.
So if they're good shots, if they're good shots, don't you think they might start falling if you allow the kid a little bit more confidence?
Right. No. Listen, and I understand that. That's why I said 20 games out. We got to see. I'm not saying I don't want to do it right now. I know it's only 4 games into the season and we still have a lot to see. That's why I don't want to do it right now. I'm just saying in the case, because RJ Barrett historically has not been an efficient guy. Historically. So I'm not gonna depend on something that really he's never really been able to do.
And Julius Randle has not been the so-called high-level point forward, but yet people are projecting that Julius Randle is going to win the All-Star and Julius Randle going to do this. So again, it's so biases, right? It's whether you like a guy or not, then you can project this.
No, that
I don't like this. Like, oh,
that has absolutely nothing to do with it. Okay. My thing is, I'm trying to get RJ going. I'm trying to bring up a solution to try to help RJ with this problem, and I think that will be a good solution and makes sense. It makes sense because you have someone like Julius Randle that's able to do it, basically be the point forward and run the offense. He really doesn't need RJ Barrett in the starting lineup. The Knicks are number one in 3-point percentage. It's not because of RJ Barrett. It's because of Julius Randle. So what I'm saying is,
if Julius Randle has, first of all, because I think you said Burks should be in the starting lineup. I think you said that.
No, I said Knox.
I'm sorry, Knox. I'm not trying to talk. I'm literally asking. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth. You said Knox, right?
Yes.
You have guys like you're gonna have the starting lineup: Elfrid Payton, Knox, Bullock, Randall, and Mitch. You have two guys who are redundant. You have a guy in Knox who yet has still proven to be consistent.
Who are the 2 guys that are redundant?
It's going to be Bullock and Knox, right? You have 2 outside shooters, right? Who really, that's their forte.
So there's too much shooting now? There's too much shooting?
No. You have to let people talk. You have to let people talk, right? So when I'm talking about lineup construction, you want to have a decent mix, right, of guys who can complement each other, right? What complements somebody who shoots well, right? If you can have on the other side somebody with slash, right? Hold on, call Esther. I'll get you. Right? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about guys who complement each other, right? Kevin Knox, even it's funny. People talk about Kevin Knox should start. In what way has Kevin Knox proven that he should start? Yet. People just projecting that.
No, don't get me wrong. No, listen, this is not I'm not holding Kevin Knox up on a pedestal. This is not what the conversation about.
I know, but you saying that he should start. I'm just saying that you said that he should start. And I'm like,
yes.
But again, when we talk about, but here's what I talk about redundant guys. If I have 2 specialist shooters, right, and they're not really, and I'm not saying Kevin Knox won't grow into this, but I already have a guy that even on his worst day, he's still giving me rebounds and he's still giving me assists in RJ Barrett. Kevin Knox is not doing that.
You can never have enough starting and shooting. Look at Golden State. Prior to them getting Kevin Durant, they had 2 shooters Draymond Green, right? They really had no one that can really flash like that. Iguodala wasn't flashing to the basket all the time. They had shooting.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that if you have a guy in Kevin Knox and Bullock, and the thing that they only do is like if I had, for instance, right? Say I had two, just theoretically, in their prime. Say I had two Kyle Korvers, right? In the prime, right? Not in the prime, but in their shooting specialist prime, right? I'm not talking about Kyle Korver in the '60s. I'm talking about Kyle Korver after, right? I have two guys who shoot really well. That's all they can do, right? My offense becomes a lot more predictable.
Right? Kevin Knox can do a little bit more than just shoot. I mean, he's
not doing it. That's the whole point. Kevin Knox had one rebound.
Hold on. He can do a little bit more than shoot because of his athleticism.
Has Kevin Knox done it?
Oh my goodness! You're not even gonna.
I'm asking. No. You said Kevin Knox can do it. RJ Barrett is doing it right now. Can Kevin Knox do it? Because when you talk about lineup construction, you want guys who complement each other. People talk about Kevin Knox should come in and do us, blah, blah, blah. Kevin Knox is showing slight improvements, but we talk about bare minimums. I'm getting 7 rebounds from RJ Barrett. I'm getting close to 4 assists with RJ Barrett.
You can still get that with him as a sixth man. Nobody's taking that away.
No. I'm not saying.
Guillermo, I don't want to cut his minutes. You can still get the same production as a sixth man. I don't want to cut
his minutes. It's not. Hold on. You're not. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about isolation, stats in isolation. I don't care about it. I'm talking about on the team, the starting lineup. What fits best? If the attention is on Julius Randle, I will need somebody else to do something. If I have a shooter in Bullock, Burks, whoever we use, Knox, whoever is in that. I'm not saying you're saying. I'm just saying in general, right? I have a shooter. Bam, good. Now I need a guard who can possibly slash and take guys off the dribble. A guy who can cut and get passes from Julius Randle. Knox is not proven to be able to do that.
Here's what you're missing. You're saying it as if the starting lineup is going to always be on the floor at the same time. That's how you're saying it. Like, what do you need in the starting lineup? And you're framing it as if Reggie Bullock and Kevin Knox are basically the same kind of player. They're not.
No, but their strengths are literally shooting. They are known to be shooters. Versus there's a different element in RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett he's a playmaker. And I'm not saying he's even a high level like these guys on other teams. I'm saying for this team, he's given me 4 assists, 7 rebounds, and can play adequate defense, and he can slash. Now, granted, he's been struggling. But we've seen games where on smaller guards, when he has like the Pacers, he can dominate. He adds a different element to the starting lineup that takes away attention from Julius Randle. Everybody's loving Julius Randle now. You take out playmakers from that lineup and just put shooters, the offense is a lot more predictable. I can clamp down on RJ, I can clamp down on Julius Randle and make those other guys try to make plays, which they can't.
So wait, hold on. You don't think the offense is predictable right now? When RJ Barrett can't,
it's going to become a lot more predictable.
Hold on, time out. When teams basically leave him open and say, "Yo, shoot the ball," and he misses or he throws up an air ball, you don't think that's predictable?
No. But you're literally talking about if you only miss.
You're saying that the Knicks have adequate enough shooting in the starting lineup.
Oh, all right, Josh, I gotta go. I'm not gonna do this. I didn't mean to hang up on you, Josh, but you're literally not even following the what I'm talking about. You're talking about they have adequate. I didn't say that. You're talking about complementary players. I'm talking about complementary players. I had said nothing about, the Knicks have adequate shooting. No. But if I have 2 shooters, if I had a shooter who could slash and do everything, of course, if he could play over RJ Barrett, he's going to play over RJ Barrett. But I literally just gave you a stat that Julius Randle on the floor, as good as he looked, his best chemistry, if you account for attempts, it's coming from RJ Barrett. It's not coming from Knox. Bullock is only 70%, but he's only at 2. And y'all the same people complain about Bullock. Oh, we should trade Bullock. We should do all this stuff with Bullock. Bullock only seems valuable to you guys when he's shooting threes. So don't give me that now Bullock is a playmaker. Y'all sitting here and y'all on RJ Barrett. Julius Randle. Julius Randle is it? The guy's playing 37 minutes a night. You want to keep using him? Okay, just put a whole bunch of shoes around Julius Randle. Like we got to act like he's Jokic now. As if the offense is not going to become a lot more predictable. Obviously, if someone's missing, if they're going through slumps, obviously. But the element of still having a slasher, the ability for him to do it. Yes, in that game, he was the guy moving off ball. I'm not saying Knox doesn't do it. But in the video I put out, he was the one that moved off ball for one assist that Julius Randle gave him down low. Not a lot of players are doing that on our team, or at least in the starting lineup. Alfred Payton.
Like, come on, Josh. You have to argue with the things I'm talking about. Stop going off these tangents, bro. I'm not gonna do that. We can do it on Blonde Shares, whatever. But on this show, man, I'm not gonna do that. I'm wasting time talking to you about stuff that I already just said. Oh, I didn't say we didn't have enough shooting. And the Golden State Warriors, what they have? Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes. We're talking about the first year, and Andrew Bogut. Harrison Barnes was this great shooter. He was a slashing wing. He could provide you some shooting. He kind of fell off of the shooting when they needed him in the playoffs. But then you had Draymond Green. He's not a shooter. Andrew Bogut's not a shooter. But they complemented each other's game well. And then obviously when the championship year or the Steve Kerr year, you had Draymond Green facilitating, pushing the ball around, having Steph Curry play more off ball, Klay Thompson be able to play off ball, play on ball. You didn't have a bunch of shooters in the starting lineup. You just had two superlative shooters, and Harrison Barnes, who's okay. And he was a slasher, a wing who could take guys off the dribble, draw fouls, slow up the game, play defense. What are you talking about? Lord Jesus, man. Josh, bro. I got respect for you, Josh. I got love for you, Josh, but come on, bro. I don't know. Sometimes you just like in debate, bro. Come on. I'm arguing my points, bro. It's not me trying to bang on him. I just got another caller. Other people calling. I don't want this to be a 15-minute conversation. I said I gotta go. I ain't trying to hang up in like I said, bro, I gotta go. So ain't no disrespect to you, Josh, man. Salute to Josh, man. I ain't trying to issue him like that, but come on, bro. I just be telling Josh. He's not arguing my points. He's not even listening to what I'm saying. He said, I just said Elfrid Payton. I said, no, Elfrid Payton had a 31, whatever his percentage. Julius Randle has a 31 percentage, a field goal percentage with Julius Randle. Elfrid Payton Julius Randle has a 31 percentage field goal percentage with Elfrid Payton. Oh, he could just be missing shots. Oh, well, he's missing shots. Why is that so? The chemistry is not good between those two, but it seems to be decent with RJ Barrett. Off of 4 attempts, Julius Randle is averaging what again from RJ Barrett? 62.5%. So they have chemistry with each other. For as good as Julius Randle has looked, this a part of that chemistry that works well with RJ Barrett. You want to take that out and put Knox in? Knox is not that playmaker. I know it's one example. Knox had that awful freaking Ken O'Brien, freaking Scott Mitchell throw to Mitchell Robinson or no one else, whoever it was, on the alley. Oh, Jesus, man. Glenn Greenstein, salute, man. I'm about to open up the chat, man. Who's Mark? Salute. And Josh, you can come in the chat if you want to. I ain't trying to kick you out. I got love for you, bro. But golly, I can't be arguing in circles, man. I'm talking crazy about moving RJ to the point or nah. Just have him as an attacking guard, bro. Just have him as an attacking guard, man. Randall should not be a high usage guy. Well, too late for that. You take RJ out. Thank you. RC Creative, thank you. This is all I'm trying to say. This is all I'm trying. And they're already starting to do it. They're already starting to do it with Randall. They know they're not. The Knicks are not saying not running triangle, but when I'm watching, I'm just seeing RJ in a post, high post, low post. I'm just seeing them get it to Randall and have him operate. Not really running plays really like that, like high low plays. They just get it to Randall. He facilitates. He moves it out. We don't. Again, you take our RJ Barrett. You just put a whole bunch of shooters. The offense becomes a lot more predictable. They're gonna double team this guy, and if we have bad shooting nights, we're gonna suffer. Because who slashed to the basket? Bulls not gonna slash to the basket like that. Knox used to have to freaking put steroids, put some confidence in him to slash like that. Not saying he's not making strides. RJ Barrett is facilitating and rebounding, even when he's not having good scoring games. What did Pete? Yo, guys, Josh. I didn't mean to hang up on, but we're going around in circles, and you were not making any poignant points, man. Yeah, well, how dare him compare? Yeah, and then people compare him to Golden State. He said they had a bunch of shooters. In the starting line, they had 2 superlative shooters, and that I'm not talking about the KD year. The KD years, that's an anomaly. That's an anomaly. You get freaking the best player in the world to come and play with your team. That's an anomaly, bro. That first, what's the name? They didn't do it. Come on, man. Stop, bro. Stop, Josh. Come on, man. I got love for you, bro, but you be bugging, man. You be bugging. You don't even be arguing about what I'm talking about, bro. You just arguing to argue, bro. And people call me negative, like, y'all don't even look at people's. Y'all don't like a certain player and y'all killed him. Y'all buried him. Come on, man. We can do it on Blonde Tears, bro, but come on, man. Thank you, Donald. He's arguing about stuff that he said. Knox is on a second team right now, and what is he doing to prove that he should be a starter? Burks is hurt now. He's a 29-year-old player. You can't play those guys at high minutes when they've already been higher usage players or guys independent. When he's with Utah, he's a starter, right? He's going to break down, atrophy, right? Diminishing returns if you play him a lot more minutes. Yes, he's looking good now. But how many guys we had in the past that flash, he played more minutes? Remember Rasheed Wallace was here? And he was looking really great. Then he retired because he broke down. He's done. Different situations, a lot more older, I believe. I gotta understand team construction, man. Salute to everybody, man. Sorry, the man. Josh, I'm not trying to hang up on you, bro, but bro, man, come on. God, you gotta argue what I'm arguing about, man. We just arguing to argue, and it's not making any sense. You gotta argue you're gonna say and make excuses. Oh, if Elfrid Payton gets to the ball, he's just missing. Well, there's something to that. If he's not getting in good positions, think about this. If RJ Barrett's getting the ball to Julius Randle in higher probability shots, isn't that a good thing? Versus say Elfrid Payton, you want that. That's why CP3 is such a beloved guard or respected guard, because he gets higher percentage, higher probability points or chances to players. They don't have to work as much. If RJ Barrett's doing that for Julius Randle, it takes off the load of Julius Randle, so he doesn't have to work as much. Isn't that a good thing? Don't we want that? Whew. Lord Jesus, let me see what you got. Legion, I believe RJ can average Ben Simmons' numbers. Maybe not now, but why are we comparing to Ben Simmons? Him and Ben Simmons do not play the same game, bro. It doesn't even make sense to compare to Ben Simmons. I don't. Why are we putting Ben Simmons, bro? So your brain could breathe. Now my brain is breathing. It's just I don't like these debates that like go nowhere. Argue me on my facts, and we can argue back and forth. But if we just arguing you're not even paying attention to what I'm saying. It's like, what am I arguing for? Oh man, chat Nick. I'm gonna open up the chat, man, so people could come. And don't try to come at Josh like that, man. Salute to Josh. Josh's not here anymore. He's probably pissed at me, but Josh, I couldn't do that, man. I couldn't do that anymore, bro. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna be talking about. But we already talked about Randall. Is he being overused? Do we have another avenue of offense? Is Knox gonna be able to create? Got Zach Stanton in here, man. Salute, bro.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Up in here with Josh, man. And whoever called in, the other person called in, and Josh, I wasn't trying to keep. It's just that other people calling in, and we spent a lot of time on this. We can argue another.
Having trouble hearing you, bro.
Can't hear you. Yeah, I think your mic went out again, bro.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you got me?
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, sorry about that, man. No, I think
you're good.
How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. I had to fight Josh about something he has no idea what he's talking about, bro. And then you give people stats and it's like, then people want to make excuses because they don't like certain players. Like, dogs, RJ Barrett is probably at this point, outside of yesterday, because he only had 2 assists, before yesterday was a better playmaker than freaking Elfrid Payton. He was leading the team in this. He was second in the team in assists. You take out RJ Barrett, who has the ability to slash, push the pace, push the tempo, drive on smaller guards. You know what I'm saying? You take that out, you put another shooter. Now the offense becomes a lot more predictable. Who's the other playmaker? Elfrid Payton's not a play. We want to trade this dude before his 29, 27-point game the other night. You know what I mean? But when I'm giving you stats that RJ Barrett is playmaking at even a better clip than he did last year outside of the secondary assist, now it's, you can't have another. It's like, you compare Golden State. outside of KD, Golden State only had two real legit go-to shooters in Klay Thompson and Curry.
Well, that
Like,
they were always known for moving with and without the ball. Klay Thompson's known for scoring 60 points on 3 dribbles. He always moved. He always slashed. He always got the easy bucket. That's how Golden State rolled.
Why did they have Harrison Barnes? Harrison Barnes' main thing was to slash, take wings off the dribble, be dirty play, get rebounds, do all little things that Klay Thompson. And I say Klay couldn't slap, but Klay, you know, he developed a post game, great shoot off the ball on the ball. Steph Curry, same thing, but you needed another element, right? I mean, would you have liked Harrison Barnes to be a 40% shooter? Obviously, but that slashing, the physicality from a wing position is an offset to Steph and Klay. It makes you have to account for another element in the offense. That's what I'm saying with RJ. Look, if RJ's not doing good, they have a better option, go with it. But to make it seem like the ability that RJ has, like everybody was praising RJ in that Pacers game. The way he took on Sabonis. Did Kevin Knox take on Sabonis? Did Elfrid Payton take on Sabonis?
And also, if he's trying to say Bullock and Knox are more shooters going to be as effective. For that Golden State comparison, Klay Thompson was a really good perimeter defender. He's always has been.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Knox has never been that. He's showing strides and improvement this year, and also the whole starting thing. As a coach, there's a reason that this man's been there 4 years and hasn't earned anything. There's a reason he hasn't been a starter.
There's a reason why. Think about this. For a kid who could, for our eyes, he shoots so well. If this is true, why is everybody on his own team ignoring him?
Right.
Guillermo,
There has to be something to that. Oh, first and foremost, I want to just introduce Zach Staten. We got Coach Colorblocks here. We got TL chilling in the car, and we got Muhammad Thomas. Salute to you guys, man. And Josh, I got love for you, bro. If you want to come in the video chat, I just had to move on because it's going too long, but it's all love, bro.
Yeah, it had to be done. It had to be done. It had to be done, man.
Dog, bro.
Skip Bayless.
I've been going at it with that dude since preseason, man. He kills me. He just he turned a mountain into a molehill.
Yeah.
Dogs. He said Randall. Can't Randall facilitate? Randall's already has 26.9% usage, right? Slightly below last year. He's playing 37 minutes a night, which I believe is a little bit higher than last year, right?
Yeah.
Josh is not banned. Don't say that, Mark. Josh has never been here. He's always welcome. But you talk about levels of attrition. If you keep using up Randall, and now you have to work a lot more to get, because again, there's no other playmakers. Elfrid Payton is not a playmaker because we're already talking about quickly should be starting over him. So don't sit here and act like EP has finally turned the corner. We want to get rid of him. Your other best bet is RJ Barrett. Kevin Knox, as the strides he's making strides he probably should have made his rookie season. He's finally making them now. You want to trust the ball in his hands to make plays? When he can't even get the ball in his hands?
Yeah, can you hear me, bro? I'm sorry.
I got you, bro. Go ahead.
No, just real quick, everybody keep forgetting, like we always been hitting on. RJ, this is his first, he's not even done his first NBA season, and he's 3 times better than Knox. So let's give the kid time to develop. Like, all right, he's been playing 60, 70 games? The jump shot will come. Like, literally, he ain't going to be hard and, MJ overnight. Let the kid work and develop.
And Josh said this. He said the shots look good. They're just not going in. So the shots look good and they're just not going in. Don't you think he might get that like in a few games? Not to say he will. And it's not. I'm not taking it for RJ. But again, if the shots are just missing, right? That's maybe a rhythm thing.
But
that maybe
that's
just
not
like
the case, though. You can tell he's been forcing shots. You can tell he's been, not all of them, but he's been forcing some shots.
Yeah,
so it's not like he's been getting all open looks. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
But you also got to look.
It's a rhythm thing.
You also got to look at the eye test. He's been better with his free throws.
Yep.
He's been knocking them down at a higher clip. But also, when you're a scorer and things aren't going right, a lot of young guys just phase themselves out. They don't see him as focused. Yeah. But RJ works on getting to the free throw line to see the shots go in the basket, make his free throws. He's rebounding the ball at a high clip for a guard / forward, but he's more of a guard size. And he's playmaking. He's passing the ball. Sometimes he does force shots, but a lot of times he passes up a good shot for a greater shot and plays within the offense. That's what you want to see out of a young guy that's growing. All that shot making and confidence, I can correct that as a coach, but you don't. As long as he's doing the other things right, the rest will come. He's 20 years old. Give him time.
And salute to the Prince Bun. He's saying that RJ is better going to basket. He said RJ is 3 times better than Knox. Suta Mir Salah. I can't pronounce it. My bad, man. Alwin Duarte, Sirhan the man. Suta all you guys, man. Kodak Vlogs, chill, bro. Andre Bryant, Suta all you guys, man. Josh, you're always welcome. You can come in the video chat. I just had to move on, man. But yeah, Suta, Joe Madden just came in here, man. Let's talk about.
What's happening, guys?
Let's talk about
How you
Randall.
Doing good.
Let's talk about Randall. Is there an issue with attrition with Randall that there might be? And that's God forbid he gets hurt. I don't want him to get hurt, right? But that the offense is too centered around Randall. The guy had 48%, almost 50% of the assists yesterday, right? We did not have another look on offense. All our sets basically lived and died with Randall. Are we
What's his
concerned with
usage?
that?
What's
His
his
usage is
usage?
26.9% right now, which is slightly lower than last year. 26.9, 26 point.
I think you got to take last night's game out of context when you say that, because there are a lot of guys down. So it's not like it's going to be like that every night, you know? And Tibbs doesn't really trust too many guys with the ball in their hand, especially at the end of the game. So Randall and Peyton are going to be like the high usage guys at the end of games if RJ's not knocking down shots. Well, even though he does kind of trust RJ towards the end of games. But, you know, that's how you're just going to see it.
And salute to Brandon McNeely. Salute to you, bro. I know you guys did, but salute. SB Eli's, Parrish Duggar. Salute to you guys. Chet Nick. Yes, we did win, but there's things to talk about, bro. Especially with the ugly win, man. But every game is funny. Every game I talk about the good. Joe is my witness. We talk about the good, the bad. We talk about everything.
If you're gonna talk about the good, you got to talk about the bad. That's you. As a Knicks
how else
fans,
do you get better?
Yeah, you have to analyze
How
every
else do you get
game. And when Knicks, if we had a bad win, like we had a bad performance and got a win, it's good because if we do play well, we can be competitive. But Knicks fans are like, oh, we win the game, but you got to analyze. That's how this team's going to get better. And I've been analyzing. I watched the game again, and I'm like, looking at the way we're playing and some of the guys we have coming back, I see if we could add one more score to help Randall with Rivers coming back, with Burks coming back, with IQ coming back, we can be a playoff team. We just need to make a trade for one more dude that can give you nearly 20 to take a little bit of the load off RJ. And I hate the way Knicks fans are already hitting at RJ. You got to remember, he's not shooting well, but he's still getting you 12 and 7. He got 12 points yesterday off a bad shooting night and then Knox gets 7 points and everyone's praising him. I'm like, you gotta give the dude time. I'm like, he's in one of the biggest markets in the NBA, and you're expecting him. He's on his second year, and he didn't have a full rookie year either. And guys are already expecting him to be the guy, and they're already trashing him. And it's just Knicks fans just need to be patient with kids. That's why kids don't succeed here, because the franchise and fans, they never give him a chance.
Yeah.
And RJ had bad coaching last year too.
I just don't like how people can even think about that after 4 games. Like, come on.
Let's
Knicks
get
fans
to
were
the
better
bench.
than that.
And
We're better
I'm
than
not saying
that.
Josh
Come on.
is famous, but I've seen people praise Knox for little sample sizes of what he could so-called do after 3 years. Things that he probably should have been doing late rookie year. And he was doing some things late rookie. I ain't taking that away from Knox, but he's regressed, and then now we're happy that he's slowly getting back to half of what we've seen his rookie year. I mean, so again, and look, if Knox was just a slasher, just a scorer, couldn't do anything else, I say, yeah, sit him down. But the guy literally, I'm giving Josh a stat. Yo, bro, Julius Randle has the best percentage outside of Bullock, who has less attempts. He has the best percentage when he's getting passes from RJ. Doesn't that say something? Doesn't that say that RJ, whether it's his ability to drive, draw defenses, and dip it out to Randall, whatever it may be, there's chemistry that's even better than Elfrid Payton. 2 times, double the impact with Elfrid Payton. And Knox.
But Knicks fans just look at the scoring. They just criticize, oh, he's not scoring. But do you not realize he's getting 7 rebounds from a guard? How many guards go out and get 7, 8 rebounds a game? He's assisting. He's playing solid defense. It's just his shot is off, but he's impacting the game in other ways. And his shot will get better. He just needs a bit of confidence. He's just taking bad shots. Guys go through that. Not every star is going to shine out every night. You're going to have slumps. It's just how he gets through it. And RJ is a hard worker. We've seen it, and he can get through it.
Let me ask him. Hold on. Let me ask him to Prince Bumby. To Prince Bumby. He said he never had a chance to develop G-Stop. So it's okay to put RJ on the bench, and he'll develop. But Knox, when he was playing on the bench last year behind Marcus Morris, and he had, 18, 20-some minutes a night?
18, I think.
So he couldn't develop on the bench, but RJ Barrett could.
Well, that and you
That
still,
makes
even if you take him off the bench, like that, Josh said he's not efficient, so you got to take him off the bench and be a six man. You want
What's
your
the
six man to
difference?
you you want your six man to be an efficient scorer. If you want an effective six man that's going to come off the bench and be instant offense, they have to be efficient because they're not going to get as many shots as a starter would.
I just
You
don't
have to be an efficient
understand,
scorer.
Josh.
Would it? Oh, hold on. We got a caller. Hold on. We got a caller.
Is it Skip 2.0?
Oh,
No,
no.
it's just-
Yo,
He said
who's
skip
this?
to.
Yo, what's good, man? So that's right here. I was trying to call earlier, but you was on the phone with dude talking that craziness.
Yo, what's good? What's good, Esther? How you doing, bro?
What's good, man? Everything good. Now, I was just trying to hop in with what y'all was talking about right now with the RJ Barrett minutes and the development and all that. So just like my 2 cents on that is just that I really like what I've been seeing. First off, I'm very, very happy with what's happening with the season so far, like with the preseason and with the few games we had. But to me, it's just like, and I think you said this before, but it's like it's a system being built, and I was happy with this when the shots was going in and when the shots was not going in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I just like sometimes it bothers me like these last few games when we've been winning, just hearing the fans because it's like it almost feels disingenuous when like one day if the shots aren't going in, everybody's ready to take off everyone's head, wants to trade everything, wants to. Then when the shots do go in, it's like the whole different, you know what I mean? And it's just like whichever the way the wind is blowing. And it's like we need to be more sophisticated than that because what's happening is and like I'm not trying to say I invented this, I know a lot of people said it. A system is being built. That's what Tibbs is doing, you know? Yep. And it's like it's not an overnight thing. But it's like there are some things that we're seeing, like as far as like the defense. Not to say that they playing the best defense, but they hustling, they fighting for it. And I feel confident from the games that I've seen that like every game is going to be a fight. Not to say that every game is going to be close and all that, but like they, you know what I'm saying? So the thing I think about with the lineup is that for me to speak very honestly, I would say that it seems like they might have forced it. Like we're having RJ in the starting lineup. I really feel that way because I feel like sometimes I see like a little bit of stagnation. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when the like just when the offense is flowing, you know, and RJ kind of like got a force to get his, you know, to try to get in there. Just I guess because the shot ain't falling and stuff. And I just feel like a lot of that stuff is things that he'd be able to work on with more time. Second team, you know, so I'm not ready to, like, you know, like I'm with Tibbs whichever way he rolls, but I'm just trying to say, like, I'm less so fighting right now to get more of the young people, like, in the starting lineup. I really think that, for instance, with OB and with Quickly, that this whole experience of like us beating the Bucks with them on the bench, with them out, and them actually sitting down and seeing that happen. I think that was a huge growing experience for them. You know, obviously they're gonna go on being on the court too. I don't want to talk too much. I ain't heard nothing from you.
No, you're good. No, you're good. I'm letting you rock, bro. So you agree that RJ Barrett should probably get some time off the bench?
Well, here's my issue though. My issue with it is that I was saying it kind of more so as an academic thing because I feel that now that he started, and I think we spoke on this before, it's difficult because now that he started, I feel like that would be a bad thing for his psyche. Take him out of the starting lineup. And I don't want to just swing this way, you know? But what my point is that seeing kind of how things have developed, like I think it might have been better to have him like as a part of that second unit, like the youth team, like so he could be developed, like literally getting his minutes with the other young people. And if he is struggling like he's struggling right now, we wouldn't have to be discussing whether or not he should be getting the minutes, whether or not he should be in the starting lineup. It should be more so that he's fighting to come up.
But let me ask this.
You know?
Let me ask this. So with the numbers I was putting out, right? RJ Barrett has solid chemistry. You take him out the starting lineup. Do you think that Randall, that the offense would do as well without someone who could give him the ball, also play off of him? Do you think that if you put, say, just to say, for instance, say you put a Knox or you put a Burks, right? That offense still looks the same?
Well, yes. I mean, the way that I see it with
the way that I see it with the lineup is that I would like to have like Peyton, Burke, Burks, Bullock, and then Randall and either Noel or Mitch. You know.
You're putting both of our shooters.
Hold up. So you know the thing with Burks, right? This is what I'm gonna say. It's funny, right? Because Burks is putting up these numbers that we all love, right? But you also know he's 29, right? You know that older players break down a little bit more easily, right? So Burks would actually, because he can score on the ball, he can shoot threes really well. He'd actually be better as a microwave player off the bench, giving you 25, 20, whatever many minutes, versus playing 30, 35. And not say he does that just because he's a starter, right? But I think that we just look at Burks and it's like, oh, we see that production. All right, yeah, let's get him. And Burks already got hurt. Right? He's already, I mean, so older guys break down, and this is what you want from some of your younger horses, right? Whether it be Knox or whatever, it could be whoever it is, but you want those guys to take a lot of minutes to develop, right? Yeah. And then you bring on microwave scoring players like a Burks or specialists like a Bullock. I know Bullock's a starting, but I'm just saying theoretically, right? Like Zach was saying, you want your guys, the guys who are coming in, to get to maybe do one or two things really well. You maybe have facilitating or legit facilitating there, right? And it can come in and give you points in bunches versus force an older player like Burks because he looks good now to play even more minutes than he's been probably averaging at the later stage of his career. And granted, he's only 29, but again, he's in the league for what, 9-10 years? And he's injured now. So, you know, with RJ, again, if people have arguments say that RJ should not be playing because such and such numbers, that's fair. I'm not saying you don't, but it just doesn't make sense because if you take RJ out, especially his chemistry with Randall, Randall's not looking as good as you're going to clamp down on him. They're already doing it now. He had 9 turnovers. And when I watched the game yesterday, outside of the one, I think he stepped out of bounds and he had a travel offensive foul. It wasn't as if I was watching the game and he was doing, you know, the spin move, Spinnerella crowd, right? Many of his turnovers, he's trying to make something happen on the ball, right? But teams are playing the passing lanes a lot better because they know, oh, we know what he wants to do. Back you down and facilitate once he jumps in the air. Now he's stuck in the air, and we know that he doesn't have another guy that he can pass to like RJ with slash from the other side, and we have to account for that. Okay, we know he's going to get out to the shooters, the Knoxes, Bullocks, and Burks, or you know Burks or Bullocks, whichever one to start. And then for Payne, we know he can't shoot, even though all of a sudden he's hitting threes now. But we know we get the Payne he's not going to shoot, so we become a lot more predictable offensively, right? And this is if Knox becomes a better slasher and is dependable. Hey, Knox start. I don't give a damn. Even though he playing the 3, RJ, whatever, right? But again, at this point, RJ just does it on he provides more on a floor level, facilitating, slashing, rebounding, better than some of the other options right now, especially as a younger guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I also don't like. I definitely feel like the young people. I want to see them as the starters, but I'm just trying to say as far as how to best get there and how to, you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like sometimes it like there's times that I think Tibbs will want to take RJ out the game, but he can't do it because he feel like it'll be like something, you know, that'll hurt his feelings or like, you know, like hurt his confidence, that type of thing. So I was, you know, that's all.
Yeah, no.
I don't know about Tibbs. Tibbs is the same guy who playing mind games with Tibbs doesn't give a damn. I think that, and Tibbs I think came out today saying that RJ is doing things that he likes on the floor. Someone said it. I haven't seen an article, but somebody said it. So. Again,
he did. He said that.
He said it, right, Tail? So, yeah. So, not saying he's favoring because he didn't draft RJ. It's just that RJ does the little things on the court. Like, he had a really good play with where Randall was stuck in the post. He cut behind Teddy Osmond, I believe.
Hey, Gimel, can I say something?
So, again, it looks like RJ is doing some things, you know, even though he is not, you know, the shot is not falling for the past 2 or 3 games, whatever it may be. But he likes what he's seeing from RJ. But, yo, I got to let you go, Esto, man. Thanks for supporting the channel, bro. Call back anytime you want to come in the video chat. Take care, boss. All right, man. Peace, man.
Hey, Gimel, can I say something, bro?
I'm sorry for muting everybody. It's just there's a lot of like background and like what do you call it? It's like a weird whatever the hell the background thing. Not like you making noise, like a lot of not static. Whatever the freaking word's called. Oh my gosh. Go ahead. And first of all, I just want to say salute to Isaiah's in here. First time video chat person because Kevin Knox was mentioned. If you mention Kevin Knox's name 3 times, Kevin Wright will appear.
That's literally what happened. I was like, there's too much Knox slander going on. Let me jump in here and get my boys straight.
I'm gonna let Isaiah go. Isaiah is gonna go first, and he can go to Kevin Knox. I didn't even kill Kevin Knox tonight. This is the funny thing, but I'm gonna let Isaiah go. You go next, Kevin.
And we got shredded beef. We got Western beef steak over here. We got Chuck over here who's been destroyed. Now he's wearing.
Why does every time I pop up somewhere, Chuck pops up? What is going on in the? I cannot get rid of Chuck today.
Are you out of here, Jack? All right, man. First of all, go ahead, Isaiah. Let me Isaiah go first. Man.
Well, first of all, shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, Gamble. Shout out to as you always continue success with the videos and chats and everything. You're doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Gamble, I'm so you give me what pisses me off, bro. Is when fans say stuff and then everybody jumps on the one person who says it. Because I don't understand. We're the only fan base that, like, if Arjun's having a couple bad games, shooting game. Let me be more specific. It's shooting game, shooting. And people are going to the extreme to say he needs to come off the bench. What? I get so mad because when one person says it, now everybody's like, well, I think he should come off. I think he should come off the bench. Wait, bro, what are we talking about? Because he's having a bad couple of shooting games. He's still playing the passing lanes, playing defense. He's not letting stuff affect his game. And because he's shooting bad, which every NBA player goes through, literally, I don't care if it's Steph Curry to LeBron James to Kevin Durant. I literally seen Kyrie Irving take 27 shots and make 25 points. Are people going to tell him he should go off the bench? You know what I'm saying? This is the ridiculous thing with fans. It's like because a player has a bad game, he doesn't have the perfect game. He doesn't have the RJ Barrett 8-for-8 game and have 26 points. Oh, that means we got to go to the extreme, and we got to change everything because he has to have a perfect game. Like it's killing me right now. People just think that RJ should be going on the. That dude is a starter. He's proven to be a starter. He's earned his spot. If Tim didn't think he was a starter, he wouldn't be a starter.
Salute to Jamal Hudson real quick. I just say salute to Jamal. It's the first time I've seen him, but continue.
And we won 2 games in a row.
Isaiah seems to be preoccupied. All right, we're gonna get to Kevin Wright. Kevin, what are your thoughts, man? I didn't say anything about Kevin Knox, by the way. So
this is what's going on. So, as the first time I've actually tuned into not the first time, but when I first clicked on the video, I first clicked on the video,
man, look at him exposing the truth. Oh, this is a first. Wow, that hurts me, man. I thought we were cool. Go ahead, Kevin.
When I first clicked on the link tonight to watch the show, literally the first thing I heard was Kevin Wright. I'm not killing Kevin Knox.
Because I know the discussion was not even. I swear my life, it was not on Kevin Knox. I think Josh just brought up the possibility of using either Kevin Knox or I thought he said Burks. He didn't say Burks, but he said Kevin Knox.
So this is I had the unfortunate privilege of chatting with Josh earlier on Ron's show, and Chuck, who is following me all night tonight.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
Boogeyman. I'm the boogeyman.
Just keep chucking. It's like chucking a keychain, right? It's like
Chuck out.
Terrible,
but this is my thing, and I disagree with the whole getting this RJ coming off the bench train. I have been a proponent that Knox and RJ should start together with Julius Randle. Because I think everyone in all the chat knows how much I really, really hate Reggie Bullock. And Reggie Bullock's time is slowly coming to an end and putting us all out of our misery when he's waving that towel next to Theo Pinson on the bench where he belongs. Now,
you guys are grinding.
This is what I hate when you say, I want to see Knox do something else. This the fact that Knox has consistently this season, and it's only 4 games, but we can't sit here and say that even what we've seen from Kevin Knox is anything remotely close to what we saw last year. He is defending well. He's rebounding. He get like 4 rebounds, pretty much a game. He's moving the ball. He's moving without the ball. He's slashing. He's doing everything that you want Kevin Knox to do. The issue of Kevin Knox is why he isn't looking productive is because he isn't getting the attempts to be productive. There's a difference between being productive and having the opportunity to be productive. And we've all seen the video. We've all seen Kevin Knox basically be froze out, be wide open, and not get the ball. That's not a knock on Kevin Knox.
Kevin, let me ask you this, right? First of all, I hope you give
Kevin Knox Senior?
Kevin,
well, he's right. Look, Kevin Knox has been efficient. Kevin Knox has been very efficient. He just needs more attempts.
Hold up. So I hope you give me credit, Kevin, because I've given Kevin Knox credit for the past 2 whatever games. I gave him credit, especially on the Bucks game, where I said that was the best game I've seen from him in a while, even better than that 6 or 5-3 game he had in the preseason. So I'm recognizing, and yes, I said he's playing great defense. Played great defense with Kevin Middleton. Helped out when they packed the middle versus Giannis, right? But Kevin, given that, all right, let me just ask you this: do you think that there's something wrong with Kevin Knox where if Julius Randle, who's now looking like a bootleg Jokic, right? And Kevin Knox is not even getting looks from, even though he has gotten a few looks from Randle. That's not fair.
Yeah, Randle passes Knox the ball.
But then why is, and I agree with you, yesterday, Noel had a rebound and didn't pass to Knox in a corner, right? Do you think that there's something wrong with Knox that he's not demanding it? Is it a confidence thing? Is it that, what is it? Why? I'm asking you, I don't know the answer.
No, are you saying a confidence thing in Knox while he's not getting the ball? Or
as in like he's not going up to these guys in practice. Like he's a pushover. I don't know. I'm legit asking you. Salute to the Public Enemy. I'm asking you. And first and foremost, we got Coach Color Blocks in here, man. If you want to say something, please.
What up?
More than welcome to say it. But Kevin Wright, I'm asking you, why is it that Knox is not getting the touch? It can't be coaching.
I mean, I can't answer that question.
Tibbs also did compliment Kevin Knox today too.
So there's another thing. Now, and I mentioned this on Ron's show earlier. There's a difference between when a coach is talking about when he gets asked a question, but when you unsolicited bring up a player and it's like Kevin Knox is playing great on defense and he does everything we asked Kevin Knox to do, and the question was about RJ Barrett, and he intentionally went into talking about Kevin Knox, shows me that Knox has impressed in practice. Now, the only reason I don't think that, because you got to realize this, and Tibbs also said this, it's not about who starts necessarily, but it's about who finishes. And other than last night's game when he got in foul trouble, Kevin Knox finishes the first 3 games. Like he's on the court in the fourth quarter. So Tom Thibodeau trusts Kevin Knox to be in that position, to be on the court in the fourth quarter. Also, right now isn't the best time to start Kevin Knox because he's the only person of height off the bench other than Noel. With the injuries that we've had. With Obi being out, you can't necessarily put Knox in the starting lineup because technically Kevin Knox is playing the backup 3 and 4 right now, just by lack of depth.
And hold up, just to back your claims up on Kevin Knox, according to Synergy.com, SynergySportsTech.com, Kevin Knox is allowing points per possession, only 0.82 points per possession. Field goal percentage 7 for 23 at 30.4%. He's playing. He's had 28 possessions. He's on the court for only 6.1% of the time. I think it says here, but I might be interpreting that wrong. But yes, his defense has been really good. I've given credit. I just don't know. Maybe that's a teammate. It's a teammate thing, Kevin. Maybe his teammates don't trust him. Again, I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. Because we saw it with EP. We saw EP.
Well, no, like I said, with Elfrid Payton, we all know Elfrid Payton only passes the ball to Julius Randle. I've
wait, hold on.
I've literally seen Elfrid Payton dribble around the court just to get on the same side of the court as Julius Randle to give him the ball.
Hold on. Let me go to Chuck. Let me go to Chuck. Chuck is dying over here.
All right.
Well, we need to go ahead and get the pallbearers ready then.
Yeah, we need. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Yo, I'm not going
to finish you yet. I'm not going to finish you yet.
Here we go, Chuck L.
The problem with
Here we go with this.
Okay, Joe, you haven't been right all month.
What are you talking about? I was right about DSJ.
You got one more day to be right. You got one more day to be right now.
What do you mean? I've been right every time I get it.
Let him go, Joe. Let him go.
He can't. He can't.
Joe, let him go so you have something to kill. You have to let Pierre actually get out.
Everybody else synthesis and finish them. Like he's at the end of everybody's. All right, now the problem with Knox is he need the offense tailored made to fit his style. And he's not good enough to have that. You're not the main guy. You're not the first or second option. So you're not. I
have a question. I have a question for that statement. What do you mean he needs the offense tailored to him? Like, how do you need the offense tailored when you're getting open? That's the thing. It's not like that. He's getting open. Don't you want to pass? Don't you want an open man to shoot the ball?
And Chuck, wait, Chuck, I'm gonna let you please. I hope what I didn't hear what you said. The offense need to be tailor made to Kevin Knox.
No. That's why
he's saying for him to be successful.
Yeah, for him
he's
to
not
be
saying that's what he wants.
Exactly. For him to be successful, it has to be tailored to him.
What do you mean by that? Exactly.
All he does is stand on the 3-point line and wait for the ball.
I think, and I'm not trying to speak for Chuck, but I think what Chuck is trying to say is because given how you played at UK, right? You kind of playing like a guard, role, and the offense was tailor-made for him, where he was a primary target on offense, right? Versus now he might be the secondary, tertiary guy where he splits out, right? And guys are making passes him. Now, I will say, Julius Randle, if you look at Kevin Knox as a passer, he's getting the most he's getting a pass from. He's getting most of his pass from Julius Randle at 35.3%. So it ain't Julius Randle. The next up is a split between two guys we've called bums at Frank Ntilikina and Dennis Smith Jr. at 13.2%. So he's really not getting passes because they haven't been playing like that, right? Alec Burke at 8.8. Then you got Nerlens Noel, Reggie Bullock, and a guy, the point guard, Elfrid Payton, is only giving it to him 2.9% of the time. RJ Barrett 4.4. Emmanuel Quickly was at 4.4, but again, Quickly was out, so he's not really getting.
I mean, look at the drop. You said Julius Randle is at 35%.
35.3% of
the next up is 13% by two players who ain't even playing, really.
Right.
What do he do constantly to get open?
He just gets open. He moves.
Wait,
Kevin Knox.
Chuck. First of all, with Kevin Knox, right? And this is I always hate young players that don't do this. You have to move around. You have to cut. You have to screen. You got to run around. Like, you can't just be standing at the 3-point line with your hands like, give me the ball. No, that's not how it works. Listen, if Steph Curry has to run around all day, then Kevin Knox got to do it too.
That doesn't make any sense. What you just said makes no sense. If Kevin Knox is standing wide open, standing there, why does he have to run around when he's already open? He doesn't have to run around to get open when he's already open.
No, Kevin, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but if from what Chuck is trying to say,
hold on. The primary point of basketball is to take open shots. You don't have to do anything else. So if you're already open,
the primary
you should go ahead and stand there and get the ball, right?
Yeah, but why is he always wide open standing there? There's a reason.
He didn't do nothing to get. He didn't do nothing to get open.
That's the defense's fault. Don't you want to punish the defense for that?
He don't punish them consistently. He does not punish defenses consistently.
Because
he's been efficient. He's been efficient for
4 games.
He's been efficient. Look at it. The 4 games he's efficient.
Yeah, I give you
that. Look at his numbers. He's shooting in like 45%. So they need to give him the ball because he's efficient.
Point. If you give the open man the ball and the open man has the ability to shoot the ball, then the defense will respect him more. Like, you know what, Kevin Knox is hit a couple of threes. I can't leave him.
But wait, hold on. But Kev, though, to be honest, I remember last year, Kevin Knox.
No, don't do that.
No, let me finish.
Do not do that.
Let me finish, Kev.
Go ahead.
Because I remember last year, in the beginning of the season, Kevin Knox was hot. Kevin Knox was hitting like 40%, 7% on threes. I remember that. Everybody, you can't say that you don't remember that. I remember that. He was shooting really great. And then what happened? He was getting the same looks. It was bricking. Started bricking.
Well, that I remember last year going to the shopping mall without a mask on, but that was last year. This year, I gotta have a mask on.
All right. Well, every year.
I can't talk about. Last year.
Hold up, guys. First and foremost, salute to Coach Robert Parr. First time listen, please subscribe to the channel, like the channel, or like the video. Salute to you, bro. Let's need some shout out. Sherwin M. Salute Nick Jr. 79 man. I'll let you guys get back to just to say some new people come in, man. Yeah, I think that's all we got right now. But and Coach Color Blocks, if you want to Mitchell, salute too, man. Yo, Coach Color Blocks, Troy Flett, salute. If Coach Color Blocks, if you want to chime in, bring some order to
I'm doing a lot of chatting with the chat. I'm keeping up with the live chat.
Wait, is this Negro really colorblind? Is this Negro like okay?
Yeah. Watch him out. Put Isaiah in a timeout for 5 seconds. But Coach Color Blocks, if you could please chime in on this Kevin Knox thing. Do you think it's an issue that Kevin Knox is moving off ball enough? Do you think that the team is ignoring him? Because I will say for Kevin Knox, I will say to Kevin Wright's point, seems like outside of Randall, guys are ignoring him. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if they don't have confidence in him. Maybe in practice they don't see it. Even maybe the coach might see it. Maybe guys aren't related. I don't know what it is. And the guys are giving it to most. DSJ, Frank, outside of Randall, it seems to be some of the younger guys. So I don't know if it's an ageism thing. Obviously, Alfred Payne only likes Randall, but he's not getting the ball. Even RJ Barrett, I guess. Well, I don't know how much they put together, but even RJ Barrett, his percentage of Kevin Knox is fairly low. So what do you see on the court?
I think Knox is a low confidence player, and players keep track of that. Like if one of the guys in your lineup that you're running with is low confidence, it's like one rotten apple spoiling the rest of it. It kind of bleeds on over to the rest of the guys. And so once Knox misses a shot, misses a layup, misses a rebound, turns the ball over, he shuts down completely. And players keep track of that. And so when they see a guy shut down immediately, they don't want to get him involved anymore because it just brings the rest of the team down. That's what that is on the court. That's what they're seeing.
May I say this? Have you seen now this season, and I can only say this season, under Tom Thibodeau, have you seen Kevin Knox shut down?
Yeah, like you've
seen Kevin Knox shut down on the basketball court.
Yeah, he still does it. He starts chucking.
When does he chuck? How you chuck when you only take 7 shots?
That's the thing. No. Chucking doesn't just mean taking a lot of shots. It means taking bad shots.
Kevin Knox has not taken a bad shot this season.
Yeah, give him some time, right? Because Thibodeau said in the when he first became coach of his interview that
I have looked at every single shot that
Kevin Knox takes good shots, they go in. So give Thibodeau some time to work with him. He looks good so far. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Like I like Knox. There's potential there. I'm glad we re-signed him. But listen, like shutting down doesn't mean just like crying and moping. It means a lot of other things on the basketball court.
Name
like
one
on defense, not hustling.
Do you remember when I'll tell you one thing. Remember when he got the offensive rebound and was wide open and did a jump pass 25 feet away?
Hold on. No.
That means you shut down. That means that means you shut down.
Mentally,
that means you turned your brain. No.
I think you take it a little too far, man. You take it a little too far, bro. You shut down because you made a bad pass. Like, come on, man.
No.
How many other players have made
hold on. And then on top of that, you're trying to insinuate that he's a chuck when he's not. I'm not sitting here trying to baby the guy, but let's call spades, man. He hasn't been playing great, but he hasn't been playing bad either.
No, you guys aren't listening to what I'm saying.
Hey, guys,
I don't think you're listening to what you're saying because you're saying that he's a chuck.
Let's go.
You don't make that play unless you have already shut down. Do you understand
I don't believe that. I've seen players make bonehead plays all the time. How can you say because he made a pass like that, he was shut down from play? Like, I don't understand that.
No, that's a mental lapse. That doesn't mean he's shut down. There can be some
that's a bad pass. That's a bad pass. That's a bad pass. That's all that is a bad pass.
You can shut down and then make bad plays, but everybody has mental
lapses.
That's
not a shutdown play. That is not a shutdown play. I disagree with that to the day I die. That is not a shutdown play. I don't know if any of you guys ever played basketball before.
I have.
That's just a
that
bad
doesn't mean it's a shutdown.
That's a bad play.
No. I'm telling you,
it's not a shutdown.
You're incorrect. You're completely incorrect. I'm telling you.
No, I think you're incorrect, bro. You're dragging it.
All right, man.
You're dragging it. You are dragging it. This is the thing that drives me nuts about you guys, bro. You are dragging it. 4 games. He's a chuck. 4 games. Come on, bro.
My thing
it doesn't even make sense anymore. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It doesn't make sense anymore. I get that you guys are trying to be objective. I get it. But we have to call spades, bro. The man is not a chuck. I'm going to shut you down right there. He's not a chuck.
All right, he's not a chuck.
And he has been playing better. He has been playing
Bad.
better since last
There's the
season.
answer.
My thing is this.
If you
How,
want that,
No, listen. He has been
One
playing
at a
better since
time,
last
one at a
season.
time,
He's
guys.
made improvements. That bad pass is a bad pass. That's not a shutdown play. I'm not shutting down as a player. Stop it, bro.
Okay.
That
Well,
just doesn't make any sense.
Here's what I'll tell you. If you want like the objective answer, 2 full NBA season, the kid barely has 2,000 points.
That could be a lot of
What
things.
does that have to do?
Minutes.
What is it? Hold on.
That's my point. Why does he need that? Why does he need that stat? Why?
Let Kevin go. Let Kevin go. Let Kevin go.
Why he can't just conform to a 3-and-D player?
Why does he need those stats?
Score 10 points off the bench and give you solid defense. Why can't he be that?
Because he was never that in college. We didn't draft him to
But
be that.
this is
in
the NBA
Listen,
now.
No. We didn't draft him to be that. We took him with a top 10 pick, which is a lot of capital. I'm sorry for having an expectation that my
You
top 10
gotta let
pick
that go,
is
bro.
gonna
That's an
average
old regime, man. This is a new regime.
Bro,
You
sorry.
gotta let that go. This is
So
cleanup time now. This is cleanup time for all the bad mistakes they made in the past.
Can you guys hear me?
One at a
Wait,
time, guys.
yo, we gotta respect each other.
Nah,
One at a
yo,
time.
Guillermo, I'm sorry, man. I jumped on this rally, bro. You guys are always on here. I'm gonna call dudes out, man. I'm gonna call dudes out.
Okay,
You're not gonna get away with that.
Just one at a time. I don't mind you calling them
I
out.
apologize, bro. I apologize. I'm not trying to shut you down or nothing, bro. It's all love. I'm not trying to do that.
We just want to hear one at a time. I don't mind you guys going, but just one at a time. Man. Just everybody. So
I'm gonna mute myself.
I love all this, but I just wanted one time right here. So Kevin, you go on Kevin Knox and his lack of heart. I mean, his issues.
Kevin Knox. Here's my thing. If you're going to give a player a clean slate, then give him a clean slate. That is the only thing that Tom Thibodeau said. Everybody, all these players are going to have clean slate. We all know the circus that was David Fizdale. We all know that there was no lack of accountability or discipline or teaching or anything under David. I think every one of us can agree with that.
No,
now,
you can't.
No, only Chuck would. Chuck, I think you're a Nets fan, really.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. Kevin. Here's where I'll agree with you. If you tell me that Kevin Knox was a low that he did not get development, whatever, from Fizdale last year,
Can you hear me?
now you have to admit that Kevin Knox is not as talented by himself as everybody thought he was when you draft him. Because think about this: you can be a talented player and still produce on teams that are devoid of coaching, and their levels are. I'm not saying he has to be Booker. But outside of rookie year, where he actually getting minutes, he was still getting minutes last year. Not a lot. And not, again, Marcus Morris was starting the season. But there were times that Kevin Knox would come in and give you 24 minutes, 5 points. Couldn't hit nothing, couldn't hit the right side of a bar. He was terrible. And I'm not saying he got consistent. But there were times, and again, different plays. But there were times I saw a guy like Trippin. He'll only get like 10 minutes. And he would give you 11 points and bring the team back. That's scoring talent versus Kevin Knox, who, like you are saying right now, he didn't get coaching, and that's why he looked bad. So what is it? Kevin Knox is a player who's not as talented, but he needs coaching, and he could his production goes up, or he's a talented player who doesn't need coaching. But we're just seeing he's just not doing well right now.
Hey, Gilbert, can I chime in onto this?
Oh, let Kevin go. You go next, Isaiah.
Okay.
The only thing I'm saying is this. Tom Thibodeau has sung the praises of Kevin Knox. Tom Thibodeau has said Kevin Knox has done everything that he has asked him to do. Kevin Knox has looked competent on the court under Tom Thibodeau. Kevin Knox is making the right basketball plays under Tom Thibodeau. And I guarantee in 4 games, Kevin Knox has yet to take a bad shot. None of his shots that he has put up have been bad shots. I have yet to see. We also have Kevin Knox hanging his head and moping around. Kevin Knox has not done that yet. This season, you have not seen it from Kevin Knox. This is a completely different player from last year.
Answer my question: why don't his teammates trust him?
I'm not in the locker room, so I can't answer that question. I don't know the answer to that question. We've all seen Kevin Knox get open. We've all seen RJ Barrett look off Kevin Knox and take a dumb shot.
RJ Barrett.
We've all
to be honest with you, I think like Tim keeps speaking highly of him in these press conferences, and I don't think he's saying it like it's not gonna be. It's not for. It has to be a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not just gonna say it just to say it. He sees it. Maybe the guys just aren't making the right reads at the time. Give it time, guys. 4 games.
Yeah, well, here's
I agree. It's only 4 games, man. Yo, salute to Crazy Beast P, man. Salute. How do you know his
After
teammates
10,
don't trust?
15, 20 games, then we could have this conversation. Like, come on.
I agree with you. And just a Crazy Beats P, I'm only posing a question because Kevin Wright is making good points. From what I've seen in Kevin Knox, he's not playing a game where it's like, yo, he looks like trash. And the little spurts he's getting, he's playing okay. All I'm asking, why is his teammates don't trust him? And Coach Color Block's points, he's saying, and from his experience as a coach, Zach, you could probably say the same thing. Sometimes your teammates don't trust you.
Well, I just wanted to say something about the. Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You got to make that. But hold up, Josh. Call back in like 5, Josh. I'll get.
Well, here's my thing with Kevin Knox. Right?
Real quick, can I just share a quote with you and Kevin about Kevin Knox real quick? Just real quick. Before we pick that up, Guillermo, I'm just share a quote with you guys. 2014, Tom Thibodeau, 2014. We've got really good rookies in terms of their attitude and how they approach things. I'm really impressed with Doug McDermott. Coaches say a lot of things. So me getting reports that he's really impressed with Kevin Knox
and Doug McDermott is still in the NBA to this day.
Bro, Doug
so what are you trying to tell me?
A marginal bench guy.
I don't get the point though. What is the point you're trying to make? He's not going to be a superstar.
Let him finish.
I just don't get it, bro.
I mean, if you don't understand that point, then you're just arguing for argument's sake.
Now, hold on. So
that
was
superstar, bro. Like, he's not going to be a superstar. He could just be a serviceable player. Like, I don't get it, man.
All right. No. Wait. The last point.
Coaches many times, right? They'll say something even about marginal players or whatever. Maybe a play that they'll say a lot of things that they don't hold true to, right? It's just, hey, I'm saying these guys. Like you rarely find coaches say, yo, this guy sucks. Like when Roy Williams last year said his team was the least talented team I've ever seen. I haven't seen a coach disparage his team that badly in years. It's just rare that someone comes. So obviously with any play, you might ask him about freaking Theo Pinson. Yeah, Theo Pinson, he's looking really good in practice. He's doing all the right things, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't mean he's going to get playing time.
They didn't ask him about Kevin Knox. They were talking about RJ. He threw Kevin Knox.
That's what the question was. There's a difference between...
This is a Tom Thibodeau that has played mind games with players. Hold on. But T.O., this is the same Tom Thibodeau that was giving little coded messages about Mitch. And everybody thought Mitch was going to start. And Mitch has started all 4 games, I believe, right? So Tom Thibodeau, I'm just saying there's a possibility that he's playing mind games with Knox. We don't know, right? But we can't take what these coaches say really on face value because they say a lot of things and they really don't live by a lot of times.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say
I agree with everything you're saying, bro. It's not that I'm not agreeing with what you're saying, but the thing is like you have like dudes have these high expectations of a player, like. I get where he was drafted, but you have to let the past go. And now if he's going to maintain himself in the NBA, he's going to be a specific type of serviceable player, regardless if he stays on this team or not. So when you go out there, like, oh, he hasn't scored 2,000 points yet, maybe he's just not going to be that type of player. Like, I don't get it. That's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
That's fine. But my major issue is why isn't he getting the looks from this team now? That's all I'm asking. Why?
There's no rhythm on that offense, Guillermo. Are you kidding me? This is the Knicks we're talking about. What offensive continuity do we have?
But this is the same.
We don't have no offensive continuity, bro. We always say how we need a point guard.
You're coming at me. I'm just asking you. Okay, if that's the case, then it's something.
But you playing devil's advocate, so now I'm gonna come at you.
I'm not playing. No.
I'm playing game too, bro.
T.O. I literally just said to Kevin Wright's point, Kevin Knox is doing all the right things to get the ball. I'm not even questioning Kevin Knox per se. I'm saying, what is it with this team? Is it the teammates that don't trust him? What is it? Because I'm actually coming to Kevin Knox's age.
I just think we only played 4 games. That's what I think.
You said, wait, what?
Sorry. I've seen 2.
I think we only played 4 games, not 14.
I just wanted
to. Let Isaiah go. What did you want to say, Isaiah?
I ain't going after Isaiah.
I'm going to let you go next, Joe.
Well, here's the thing, though, with Kevin Knox, right? And I think City Bricks did bring up a good point about the 2,000 points. And here's the thing, right? With Kevin Knox, the best we can say that he's competent is that he's competent. I mean, again, right? I know that, we got to lose about the draft stock and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. But this dude was the 9th pick in the NBA draft. He was a top 10 pick. And his 2,000 points, that says a lot to me, especially as we've seen Kevin Knox play. We've seen Kevin Knox play where he's played horrible defense. The 4 games are the best defense we've seen on Kevin Knox, and his defense is okay. Let's be real. We set the bar so low that we're making his defense sound like it's extraordinary. It's okay. It's maybe even
he was locked down.
No. I never said no one said that. I'm just saying that we're
Knox's defense has been. I think it's been a little bit better than okay. If you look at the numbers, he's playing fairly well on defense. Again, I wasn't the biggest fan of him coming into the season because I just saw him. I'm like, but I got to give credit where credit's due. Kevin Knox is playing very good defense. Played very good defense on Kevin Middleton. I gotta give him credit. He was
of course you got to give him credit. Of course, you got to give him credit. I'm not saying that. I want Kevin Knox to succeed. I really do. I mean, I wasn't one of those people that were happy. I wanted Mikal Bridges, and we see how Mikal Bridges is doing right now. But at the end of the day, Kevin Knox is here. He's a Knick. He's been playing better. Look, he's been playing good. He's been playing good.
Hold on. Let me go to Josh. Josh, so everybody can have something to be angry about. Hold on.
RJ Barrett to be cut.
How are you, Josh? What's up, Josh?
Hey, can you hear?
Yeah, I'm here. I hear you.
Hey, good?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Look, you sound a little choppy. You good, man?
All right. Is that better?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better.
All right, real quick. Okay, first of all, no offense taken. I literally pulled over the side of the highway.
Gotcha. Please be safe. Please be safe, man. This show's not that important, man. Just make it safe. Do not, you need to.
All right. So look.
Yeah, bro, it's not that serious.
I understood your points about the playmaking, and like I said, I'll concede that because honestly, that doesn't mean anything. And the sense of the argument, you know why? Because if you like bringing RJ Barrett off the bench, it doesn't necessarily mean
we in a whole heated discussion about a whole different topic, and you still want to go back to RJ Barrett coming off the bench. You messed up the whole floor, everybody else.
It really doesn't matter. And then the second thing, you made it more about Kevin Knox. This is not about Kevin Knox. This is about RJ Barrett. I'm trying to get RJ Barrett going.
Okay, but we went to Kevin Knox as a totally different.
We moved on from that, Josh. That was like an hour ago.
Kevin Wright just said he joked and said the first thing he heard when he came to this channel was just talking about Kevin Knox. We just started to talk about Kevin Knox and the fact that
no. I'm talking about when I called in earlier. Your 2 points that you were making was that we're going to lose playmaking by taking RJ Barrett off the floor and related to Julius Randle, and that you don't believe Kevin Knox has done anything to become a starter. And like I said, I'll concede both of those points. But what I'm saying is, just because you bring RJ Barrett off the bench does not mean you lose the same amount of minutes on the floor with Julius Randle, because at the they don't get taken out of the game at the same time. The substitutions don't happen at the same time.
Yeah, but also again, how you start. But also, Josh. But Josh, don't you think that the way you start, what you want in your starting lineup and what you want from your guys off the bench are totally different? But let me tell you that. Not say it's totally different, right? But you want different elements with your starting lineup and your subs, right? So again, the playmaking with Randall right now, the issue with me, and we're gonna get to Randall because we have to get to Randall and attrition, right? I don't want Randall, given that RJ is one of our better playmakers in the starting lineup outside of Randall, because I don't trust EP, right? I don't want Randall to put even more work to make things happen if he doesn't have another playmaker besides him, right? Who can actually dribble the ball and make plays.
But Guillermo, what I'm saying is, you don't lose that by putting RJ to the bench because he can still play the same amount of minutes. That's what I'm saying. You don't lose that.
But then you might have it where RJ's coming in and Randall's coming out, so they may not be playing together, right? You may be missing potential production you get between the two of those guys versus RJ's coming in. He's not playing with Randall, so you may not have as good of a connection, say, with Nerlens Noel as he may have with Randall, right? Versus you come in with the second unit. Your second unit could be full of shooters. They come in and just or theoretically, right? You have a guy like Burks.
What I'm saying is you can always stagger the substitutions out to make sure they're on the floor at the same time. That's what I'm saying. And just because they don't start the game off together doesn't mean throughout the course of the game that they won't be on the floor together.
Yeah, but you're also not going to play Randall. You're not trying to play Randall 40-something minutes a night. You need to give him somewhat of a breather, right? So when RJ comes in, if he's playing 30 minutes a night, you can't say, well, Randall played this whole time at RJ. Yeah, I mean, he's going to need a breather as well, too. Like, it just...
I get all that, and that's what the Knicks are doing now. Like I said, they don't take both those guys out the game at the same time. They don't do that. What they do is they take out whoever is in foul trouble, or whoever isn't doing so well on the floor, or tired, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, when the game is said and done, those guys are going to be on the floor at the same time a lot. And just because you bring RJ Barrett off the bench does not mean you lose the amount of time that they're on the floor together. You can always stagger the lineup to make sure your best guys are in at the same time. The whole purpose of me moving RJ Barrett to the bench was not to mess up the continuity that they have now, because again, you can still get the same continuity. I just wanted to do something different with RJ Barrett, try to get him in the flow of the game. Maybe get out in transition a little bit more. Maybe playing with Quickly and Burks can get him out in transition a little bit more so we can get some more easier buckets. That's it. Outside of that, it has nothing to do with whether Kevin Knox is playing better than RJ Barrett. Kevin Knox hasn't really done much. You know what I'm saying? The conversation is not about putting Kevin Knox in the starting lineup as much about putting RJ and trying to get him going. That's all I wanted to say about that. I'm in the middle of driving, so you guys.
Don't get Joe's got to.
Yo, be safe, bro. Be safe.
Yeah, be safe, man. We've talked about Knox enough. We'll see what happens tomorrow, man. I agree with some of your points that Coach Colorblock said sometimes maybe teammates don't trust him. That's definitely an issue. But that Kevin Knox, I think that in that second unit, maybe he has to fight for the ball a little bit more. And again, Kevin, I'm not saying he's not getting open or whatever, but it just may be a locker room issue where they don't believe me. Oh, Joe hasn't gone for like 30 minutes. My bad, Joe. Go ahead, man.
All right.
You okay, Chuck?
Huh?
Can you breathe, Chuck? You okay? You're gonna do like rigor mortis, right?
I never finished my Knox point.
Hey,
you don't have enough.
Joe,
we're gonna go to Joe. Then we're gonna go to Chuck later. Chuck is dead right now, but let's go to Joe.
I could have saw
Joe before you go, Joe. I just want to give an update. The Mavericks are losing. I'm happy. Let's get that.
Let's go. Whoa. We're not supposed to think about the draft. So we're not supposed. The draft doesn't exist. We can't think about the draft. The Knicks. We gotta always think about the Knicks. So go ahead.
You're right. So
you can only think about bringing RJ off the bench right now. That's all we can say.
Well, to me, bringing RJ off the bench right now does not make any sense. If he's missing shots starting, he's just going to miss shots off the bench. You're not. What are you going to do? Ruin his confidence by throwing him on the bench? No, you keep him going, because to me, at the moment, he's probably our second best player on the floor. With Randall, even though he's not making shots, he's still scoring at a decent clip, even though he's playing bad. What I want to say about Knox is, when we're saying about Knox as a confidence guy, when he's standing in the corner wide open and no one's giving him the ball, how's that going to help his confidence? Why did they give the ball to Peyton, who's a bad shooter sitting in the corner, have trust in him to make shots over Knox? But then when Quickly's on the floor with Knox, Quickly has no problem getting the ball to Knox. And we've seen what Knox does. When Quickly gets the ball to him in open shots, Knox is making them shots. So I just think we need to when Quickly comes back, Knox is going to start to flourish, because he seems to be the only one that can trust to give him the ball. Peyton, to me, Peyton's a one-trick pony. He's giving the ball to Randall. He's purposely going to the same side of the court, give the ball to Randall, and then going to stand in the corner. I just don't understand why they give it. Even though Peyton's starting to make his shots, he's not a good three-point shooter. And RJ's not making shots, but they still give him the ball when he's open to make shots. But they won't give it to Knox, and Knox has been efficient. He just hasn't had a high clip of shots.
Okay.
So I think it's just ridiculous.
Let me go to the artist formerly known as Chuck B. What was your point on Knox that you wanted to finish?
Knox.
We all know that Knox sucks and he shouldn't be on the court and he should be somebody's restaurant. We already know what Chuck's going to say. Oh, Knox sucks. You need to get in bin.
That DA should be in there instead of Knox. Yep. Go ahead.
Here we go. Chuck L.
We can move on. I've already said Chuck's piece.
We know, right? We can move on right now, man. Hold on. Let Chuck go.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Can I go? I'm always short, right? Okay. I'm gonna sum Knox up with self-check. I know you heard of that term. He is self-check. For one, like I said, you got to tailor the offense around him. And he's not good enough to have that done. And basically, when he scores, the defense just ignore him. So when they stop ignoring him, he stops shooting. So it's not.
He did have the play on the baseline against the Bucks where he held the ball and for like he had the little hang time layup. I gotta give him some credit on that, man.
But for the most part, for the most part, he does nothing to get himself open. He go down court and stand at one spot. It's not like he coming off picks like Ray Allen. So you need somebody that you need the defense to fail in order for him to get going.
Stop.
Self-check.
First and foremost, salute to SJ the third, salute to JJP, and salute to Q Falcon, and salute to Nick Yak, salute to Jarrell Williams. Continue.
Please let me say something. Because
man, what is with y'all love for Kevin Knox? Oh my God.
This isn't even Kevin Knox. This is basketball 101.
All right, go ahead. This is life. When I go to work, I work smart. I don't work hard.
Mm-hmm. Your boss is listening, by the way.
Probably not. If I am already open, why do I have to move around to get open?
What I'm saying
no. If Kevin Knox is already open, Chuck, he's open already. Why does he need to move around cuts and screens to get open when he was already open to begin with?
That's not my point. My point is
that you said Kevin Knox needs to move our screens so the defense can commit.
Consistently.
Ismail Rivas, man. Salute to Ismail Rivas and Michael Mitchell.
Here's the thing.
Salute to Antonio Rivera. Continue. My bad, guys. Salute to Heartbreak Nova. Salute.
You know what you do to make a defense honest? You give the ball to the open man, and the open man makes shots. And the defense like, oh, now I got to be honest because this man, we've been leaving this man open. He's been hitting shots. You ain't got to be Ray Allen or Steph Curry to get open. You can just be open and hit shots.
Yeah, but the defense ain't going to ignore him every time down. So what I'm saying is he only open when they don't pay no attention to him.
Well, then make them pay for that, Chuck.
He can't. He's inconsistent.
He can't because he's not getting the ball to do it.
Oh my God.
Oh, let me getting the ball to do it and then standing there wide open and his teammates aren't giving him the ball. Those are two different things.
Wait, Kevin, that's your question.
Hold up, guys. Let me get this over to Mark to get his opinion on Knox. He may agree with he's probably not gonna agree with Kevin Wright, but Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You hear me?
Yeah. What are your points on Kevin? What are your points on Kevin Knox?
All right, listen.
Why is he getting the ball?
No, I've watched games where he's open. I keep telling y'all. With Julius Randle handling the ball, the team don't play with a rhythm that Knox needs to be somewhat of assertive. He has to. When Knox was in college, he had a problem being assertive. It was to a point that Calipari tried to force the offense going through him. It was to a point that he couldn't do that, and he started to go to SJ. That's what Colorbox was talking about. The reason why Tom Thibodeau was talking about Knox like this is to make him assertive on the court. To help the offense, so the defense can shift, so the defenses can shift properly. Because he's an offensive player. He's an offensive player, and with a talent like that, you want him to be more assertive. He's not assertive because of who he's sharing the floor with. He needs a point guard to find him when he's running downhill. This is a team that have young players that needs to go downhill. They need to play with a pace. That's why when Quickly's on the floor, the team look like they want to play with him. It's just different. The chemistry is different. The movement is different. When Randall's on the floor, listen, I don't know why he goes through him like that. Even with Alpha Payne, I watch Alpha Payne go one side to give the ball to Julius Randle. No one else touches the ball but Payne and Julius Randle at times. They was doing that shit last night. I see Alpha
No cursing, Mark.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
You good.
I seen Alpha Payne go side to side wherever Julius Randle is to give him the ball, meaning that you're taking the energy out the ball for guys that need rhythm. Kevin Knox need rhythm to get assertive. That's why Tim's talk about it, because he wants to get assertive on the offensive end, so he can help kill defense to open up the court even more. But when you have guys like Alpha Payne that do not pass the ball like a point guard, that you need him to for the other guys to flourish. Knox is not going to be assertive. He's just going to park in the corner, and you don't want him to park in the corner. It's not. He's been playing great. He's been playing good defense. I've seen. He's been doing what Tom Thibodeau wanted, less responsibility. You have to leave. Can't have too much responsibility on him because, again, we don't have the point guards to get him the ball enough for him to try to be assertive on offense. Because it's to a point he just parks in the corner. So that's where his confidence go down. He is a low confident player. It's been like that since college. That's what Color Blocks was talking about. But y'all too damn emotional to listen to what he's saying. He's not saying that he's not good. Is that he's a low confidence and Tibbs trying to make
called him a chuck.
No, hold on. He
called him a chuck. Like, come on. That's the difference. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. Everything you said, I absolutely agree with. But he wanted to call the man a chuck.
Let Teal go. Mark. Let Teal go. Let Teal go.
I agree with everything you're saying because that's the point that I was trying to make, and I was agreeing with Color Blocks to an extent. But when you go out your way to say, "Oh, he like lost himself as a player because he made one bonehead play, one bonehead pass, and he's a chucker because he took a few bad shots," that's what I have an issue with. Because I understand nobody likes to get too high on these guys, but I'm not gonna throw them under the dirt either, man.
No,
this New York Knicks organization, hold on. This New York Knicks organization been atrocious for the last 20 years. Even with Carmelo Anthony, because they did him dirty running him out of town. This New York Knicks franchise is disgusting. Listen. And you guys expect these 20-year-old something guys to get it together with no structure. And they finally have it. No. And that's the point that I try to get across to people. I get when people get hyped. Oh, Knox scored 14 points. Maybe he could be this guy. And we want to temper expectations. So we come with the debate and stuff like that. But you're not gonna. I'm gonna do the same thing if you get too low on the dude. You guys like to do it when guys get too high, and I'm gonna do it when guys get too low.
Tia,
that's my point.
Blocks is speaking from what he saw in college to his first, to his second, to his third year. He's not necessarily talking about the fourth year. He's talking about what he's seen the last 3 years. Even
hold on, but my thing
hold on. Let me finish, Kevin. I got you next, Kevin.
This is the difference between a confident player and someone that has a low confidence. RJ, a person that don't have a great jump shot, right? He don't have a great jump shot. It's not going down. But you can't take away his confidence. He's assertive. When he's on the floor, he's assertive. Color Blocks is talking about from a confidence standpoint.
No, I agree with that 1,000%.
No. Sometimes
I agree with that 1,000%.
When Knox is on the floor, sometimes he has a first step that allows him to get to the paint if he wants to. That's with assertiveness that he needs to get. No one's going to teach a player to get assertiveness. Either you got it or you don't. It's either you got it or you don't. So what Tibbs do, he puts him in positions to get the ball. But when you have a forward that don't play in the floater offense and a point guard that only looks for Julius Randle and don't put the energy in the ball to let Knox touch, all you have to do is let Knox touch the ball, feel like he's part of the offense. That's why when you watch RJ, it's not about him not making shots. It's about he plays in the floater offense. He plays the right way. He plays the right way. And guess what?
I agree.
RJ can't be great when Julius Randle's taking up his real estate. Because when he played in college,
I'll say this, Mark.
Hold on, Game Up. He played with Zion, and people thought Zion was better than him. Okay? RJ can play with anybody. He played with Zion. Randall don't do the necessary things that help RJ from an off-ball standpoint to space it properly.
Well, that's not Mark.
He does not. He does not.
We're gonna get to Randall after this. I wasn't the biggest Randall fan, but again, when you look at RJ's connection with Randall, again, like I said, the connection with him and Randall has been a lot better compared to previous years, right?
You can give me all those numbers. It's what you watched during the game from possession.
I watched it. I watched it. And Randall, again, if you look at Randall's assist numbers, potential assists, secondary assists, he's making a concerted effort to get the ball out to everybody.
He's doing it now.
Including RJ Barrett.
But with Randall, he's not someone you really want to give that much responsibility. Because just like yesterday, people talking about all his 11 assists, he had 9 turnovers. if a team could just
but hold on. A lot of
lost that
again,
But no one wants to talk
Randall
about
is
that.
working with what the hold up. Randall's working with what the team is asking him to do, right? What the coach asked him to do. We asked Randall to pass out of double teams. He's doing that. Well, he did have one turnover. Well, he passed a double team, but he passed it to RJ Barrett, who couldn't handle the ball.
Come on.
A lot of turnovers aren't coming from the Brahma Bull Spinderella.
Let me tell you something.
Look, this thing about it. We may not like certain players, right? I wasn't the biggest fan of. Oh, damn, Mark just he's into that. I was not the biggest fan of Randall, right? When he came in, I was okay with it. I was supportive. But then, as I saw last year, I was the biggest fan of his game, right? But we can't stand and say that Randall is not changing his game to facilitate everybody. You got to be objective. I don't even like the style of Randall's game. But to sit here and say, look, literally, if we did not have Randall operating from the post, whether it be the low post, whatever it may be, that team, we're losing every game. Randall is he's being a lot more unselfish compared to last year.
I'm not talking about this.
I'm
not talking about. Listen, I'm not talking about Randall's production. I'm not talking about Randall's production. It's more about playing within the offense. Even when he gets double teamed, he does not get rid of the ball quicker enough so someone.
What's the offense? The offense is what? Dump it to Randall on the post and have him operate. That whole game was Randall.
So let me ask you a question. When you see him get the ball, right? And you see, bro, I've watched numerous of times when the double team comes to him, he waits for the double team to pass out. When he see the double team start to come to him, he has to let go of the ball quicker. It's all about pace with this team.
And the numbers are not supporting you. If Randall's secondary and his potential assists have shot up compared to last year, that just proves your notion. And I'm watching the games. He's passing a lot. He's letting other guys make plays when he gets that double team. Right? Yesterday was a little bit different, right? I mean, yeah, he did force some plays. Obviously, there's nothing else really going, and they had to make the Cavaliers all those stupid turnovers. Right? It wasn't just Randall, but Randall's potential assist is I'm making a pass to another player where that player is making a shot, or drawing a foul, or there's a turnover event. So, and that I think it's double from last time I read it. I think it was double after the first 2 games, right? I think it shot up from like 8 to 6 or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it doubled. So again, I'm not the biggest fan of Randall, just his game by itself, but I gotta admit the guy has been a lot more effective in getting the ball to everybody.
He's playing good the full game. I'm not denying that. But when I watch him from time to time, the realest, you know why RJ shoots bad? Because they don't pass the ball with energy. RJ is a rhythm shooter, a rhythm player. Just like when you saw him score the way he did the other day, that was all through rhythm. All through rhythm.
RJ is missing shots because of what?
They're not playing with the rhythm that they need, meaning pass the ball from side to side. Not just sticking with Randall. Yeah, Randall, you can give the ball to Randall to let him think. But from time to time, you don't have to go to him every possession. They go to him every possession, Gammo. And sometimes that ball don't even
make sense because Randall, the shots that RJ was
taking, they got no choice, man. They got no choice.
Yeah, but Randall's getting the ball to RJ in good spots. RJ's just not making it because again, in the Pacers game, he had action right in front of him, and he made all 3 of his threes. So that's not a correct notion, Mark. Randall's getting the ball to RJ at least yesterday. Right, he got it to RJ, and RJ could not make the shots. Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask all you guys this. It'll be a Randall question, right? Randall, this is a big fear I have with Randall. Randall is essentially in a contract year, right? It's not a typical contract year. Obviously, he has a team option. The team can pick him up. If they don't pick him up, he's a free agent, right? And we've seen contract year players before. Like I said, Tim Thomas has had 2 of the best contract years I've ever seen, right? Are you guys convinced by that Randall has finally turned a corner and becoming the so-called point forward that we've been crying about since last year? Or do you think that this is I don't want to say it's a ploy, but you think that he might be gaming it up so he gets that contract? I'm going to start with you, Kevin, right? And I'm going to go to, I think Isaiah's probably sleeping, so I'll probably just.
No, I'm right here, bro. I'm right here.
All right, I'm gonna go to Kevin. I'm gonna go to Chuck, who's already dead. I'm gonna go to Mark, Color Blocks.
Shout out to Color Blocks, man.
Yo, and Zach.
Shout out, bro.
Wait, I'm second, Guillermo. I'm second.
Bro, go ahead, Kevin.
I'm going to say that Julius Randle is playing how Tom Thibodeau needs him to play right now, but I believe health will dictate how Julius Randle plays moving forward.
Bro, he be huffing and puffing.
Hold on, Mark.
My bad.
Let him finish, though, bro. Let him finish.
Once Quickly and Rivers and Burks comes back, Julius Randle is going to play different. He's not going to have the ball in his hand as much, especially when quickly is coming back. So you're not going to expect to see the same Julius Randle you've seen these 4 games when you actually have a player who's probably the overall team come back, and Rivers is going to come back. So no, Julius Randle is not going to keep this type of play up. So no.
So, wait, Kevin, let me ask you one question.
No, hold on. I'm asking a question. Kevin, let me ask you this. Are you going to pick up the team option for next year? Do you project?
No.
So you're in the camp that the team gives you a first rounder from. Yo, salute to New York Knicks, by the way. And Francis Joseph, salute, man. Josephus, excuse me, salute. If someone gives you a first from him, like a Marcus Morris, are you making that trade, Kevin?
Yeah, because Leon Rose. Do you remember on draft night when Leon Rose drafted Obi Toppin? Leon Rose jumped up. He was the only one that was excited. Obi Toppin is Leon Rose's boy. Politics is going to play a part that Leon Rose is going to want Obi Toppin to play. It's just politics. It's just how it is. So no, Julius Randle will not be on this team next year.
Okay, all right, Kevin, don't kill me, man. Yo, Chuck, what are your thoughts on Julius Randle? Because we know you hate Obi, and you love Randall, but you also love depth.
Ball better than Randall, bro.
Are you making that? Are you picking up the team option? Are you keeping him for next year to slowly develop Obi? Are you getting that? If you could get a first rounder for him, are you getting that first round of him and building for the draft?
I'm keeping Randall at all costs. Mark, don't do it.
Sorry.
Don't do it. The left is crazy. Hold on, but I wanted to say something about what Kevin said. It was so much that was wrong. I forgot.
Yo, this dude is a grown ass troll, son. I can't make this shit.
Go ahead, Chuck.
I didn't know I could have a wrong opinion. I didn't know that. Okay.
What was the last thing
my
you
opinions
said?
are wrong.
Because it was all wrong. Maybe it'll all come to me. What was the last thing you said? It was about Randall.
I just said politics are going to play a part. I just said politics are going to play a part in Randall not being on this team.
All right. One thing you said was when those guys come back, his game is going to change. His game is not going to change. It's going to be the same. It's just going to be less of it. It's not.
That's changing.
No, you said no. That's not his game changing. That's him doing less of his game. That's not
what I meant. What I meant was his production is going to change. Is that better?
Well, yes. All right, say that. Then I wouldn't have to correct you all the time.
He did say.
Well, I didn't know I had to be that specific. I thought you knew what I was talking about. I'm sorry, I had to break it down like that to you, Chuck. I apologize.
Chuck is a little remedial. You got to be slow with Chuck. But go ahead, Chuck. Are you keeping Randall, Chuck? You say you're going to keep him for next year.
Yeah, I'm keeping him.
Hold on. Let me say something real quick on Chuck. So everybody can kill Chuck. Chuck wants to trade Obi Toppin.
No. What I said was if it came down to Randall and Obi Toppin, I'm trading Obi Toppin, is what I said.
And you ready to give Julius Randle $30 million when I saw Knicks fans talking about giving this dude $30 million? Where he getting that?
You're gonna have to pay Obi eventually too, right?
I have 3 years. I have 4 years with Obi.
4 years of what?
Obi,
is he going to be on Randall's level in 4 years? Hold up, Kev. Let me get him. Is he going to be on Randall's level in 4 years, 3 or 4 years?
He might be above Randall's level.
Kev, you like Knox? Chill. I'm gonna get you, Mark.
This is the calmest I've seen Kevin on freaking Kevin Knox for a while,
Mark, you.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you projecting Obi to be on Randall's level in 3 or 4 years?
He could be better because he moves the ball better when he's on the floor. He play more of a team-oriented style.
He moves the ball better, but
yes, he
Randall,
does. Yes,
but Randall leads the team in assists.
I don't care what listen.
You don't?
Gamma, I want you to bring up the stat because he has turned over the ball 23 times on 24 assists. Is that good?
No, it's not from all passes. It's not all from passes.
It's not all passes though. A lot of a few travels, some offensive fouls.
So I got to head out. Yes, but I want to leave this. Our homegirl Becky Hammond from former New York Liberty became the first female head coach tonight. So shout out to Becky.
What the Spurs? Not the Spurs. She's not with the Spurs anymore.
She coached tonight for Popovich, so she elected became the first female head coach tonight in the NBA.
I thought you mean she had the job.
No. Technically, she was the head coach tonight.
So serious, bro.
But I'm out, y'all. See y'all at 11:45.
Guy, I'll see you later, Kevin. Peace, bro. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
See Kevin, man. But,
I heard somebody talking about Randall.
Yo, hold on. We'll get to you, Rob.
Don't sell your stuff. Don't sell your stuff, Rob.
Let you finish on your Randall. So you keeping Randall, and if it came down to it, you traded Obi. If it came down to it, right?
Yeah, I'm keeping the better player every time.
Okay, all right, Mark. What are your? And I'm gonna go up because Zach has been freaking quiet, and T.O.'s been freaking looking like he's about to kill me. So I'm gonna go to Mark. Then I'm gonna go to Zach. Then I'm gonna go to T.O. Coach Color Blocks. I'm gonna go to angry ass Rob. So you go next, Mark.
Gotcha.
You talking to me now?
Yeah, I'm talking. What are you doing with Randall, man? We know you hate Randall. But go ahead.
Listen, I don't hate the dude. Listen, bro. I just don't like his playing style for the young guys that I have on my team. I'd rather someone that knows how to play the game properly to help these other young guys play the game the right way, which they want to. And you're using Julius Randle in a high usage. You don't give that type of a player responsibility. And then for you to even say he's in contract yet, I forgot about that. Do you know marginal players tend to play like that? And when you give them $30 million, what I heard this morning on all the shows, you won't get the same production. You might not end up getting the same production. Do y'all trust Julius Randle to pay him $30 million? That is the logical question here. Is he a play that you're going to be like, oh, shoot, I should have never got rid of him? Are you serious? No one was even thinking of Julius Randle before he even got here. He was never.
So you think that this is all facade? You think that this point forward role that he's excelling in is a facade? And you train him for a first rounder?
Listen,
I'm not saying I would. Before Rob kills me, I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying I would. I'm not giving my opinion.
If I can get assets with this guy for this guy, because I don't know who's going to take him. If there's an asset out there from praying to God, I don't think it is. But if there is, I'm looking at that. Because you're gonna Gamble. He's making $18 to $20 million. What do you think he's gonna ask for?
If he's not, if that team option not picked up, he's asking for upwards of 25 probably. If he continues.
Okay, are you confident in giving that to him? In all honesty, you can't really answer that question with a yes. There's certain plays in this league you said give him that.
Yes.
And you know what's so crazy? People's talking about.
I hear
people talking about. Oh, Knicks fans got to understand Julius Randle's our franchise player. Listen, bro. I was sick all day from hearing that, bro. Y'all making the community look bad with these takes, bro. And Josh was talking about taking RJ from the starting lineup to put him on the bench for what? For what?
All right, let me get to Zach because I know Mark and Rob about to fight because Rob hates RJ, but I'm gonna get to Zach, TL, Coach Color Blocks, and Rob, man. So Zach, what are you doing with Julius Randle? Now, again, ensuring them. This. I think we're talking about after if you pick up the option and then pay him the year after, right? So I guess assuming 2 years of this type of production. But let me get to Zach. What are you doing with Julius Randle?
Yeah, I mean, I can see both sides, but not at the right price. I could see keeping him at the right price and giving him a lesser role. Maybe if let's say Obi develops into the player we all want him to be, having him a 6-man, a scorer off the bench, a good replacement, a guy to come off the bench for Obi. But it's got to be at the right price. He ain't making no $30 million. I'm the GM. He's gone.
So comfortable paying him. Like that's my whole thing.
I said at the right price.
No, I'm not saying you, bro. I'm just saying.
So what are you doing? So if you have Randall and you have him at the right, because I think it'd be kind of senseless to have him come off the bench for Obi. What are you gonna do with Obi?
No, I'm saying like if Obi develops into a all-star caliber player, and Julius Randle tests the open market, doesn't get what he wants, you could bring him back at an affordable price for the team.
That's cool.
Other than that, he's gone. In my opinion.
Obi need reps, bro.
Let me get to T.O. He's looking like a freaking looks evil right now, man. T.O.
I'm just being patient, man. I'm trying to have respect for everybody. Time to speak,
You're good, T. I like your fire, man. I just want everybody to talk one at a time, man. But T, what are you doing with Julius Randle, man?
I don't know, man. I guess the Knicks are in a really weird place, man, between now and next year, because it all depends on how many wins and losses you pick up. It depends, like even if you're close to a play-in tournament, if you're losing, how does Julius Randle look? Does he look like a attractive trade piece that you might want to give away? I have no idea, man. I really don't. But if he's gonna play like that, you got to keep him, man. Like, I'm not taking nothing away from him. I get what Mark's saying. Is he still has like those tendencies? But if I had to give him a grade, I'd pass him because he's actually getting better at doing it. He just, I just feel like sometimes he still holds the ball a little too long.
That's all I'm
and
saying,
he needs to stray away from that because that stagnates offense. Because now you're just waiting for the double team to come and your pass is going to be an errant pass, make somebody have to catch it out of rhythm or something. They can't get a clean pass off. Basketball is all rhythm. It's all rhythm. But that's why you see a difference when Quickly's on the court. From point guard play is very essential because not all guys are talented with handling the ball and creating shots for themselves. Some guys need somebody to create for them, get them open looks, and they can knock down shots. This is the way the league is. Not everybody's going to be a scorer. Not everybody's going to be a great defender. Not everybody's going to be a great passer. You just have to find your niche. And as far as Julius Randle goes, he's the most talented player we got. So if we're going to keep him, I'm cool with it. If we're going to trade him, I'm sure the Knicks are going to trade him for a reason. They'll probably try to make a splash on the draft night or something, but that's all I see.
Also, let me say it real quick. Sorry, Zach. Let me just say something. I'll let you go. Antoine White, salute. Afie Azua, David Jackson, salute. One thing I say about Randall holding the ball a little bit longer now, they know that Elfrid Payton sucks as a facilitator, right? Right. At least right now, he's just not. And I think that when you watch just Randall, there's a lot of off-ball movement once he's in the post. So I think that's actually a setup of the offense, right? Because they know they don't really got other playmakers outside of Julius Randle, especially right now. You don't have Quickly. I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I think that's it's purposeful, right? It's like feed. Like
no, you're right. You're right. I get what you're saying, but he still had tunnel vision. He still has the tunnel vision.
Thank
you can see it when he's on the court.
He's passing.
You can see his tendencies. It's not all the time.
Yo,
it's not all the time,
just because you can pass the ball,
it's the tendency.
It's how you do it, bro. In the offense, bro. He does not calculate it as fast enough as you want him to.
Again, they're feeding right now. I don't know. I think it's purposely that Tom Thibodeau is doing this to where they want the defense to literally collapse on him and then wait for the double, like get the double team on him, then make those passes to guys like RJ that I've seen make cuts down low. Nerlens Wells I've seen. Like I think they do it purpose because they don't have an actual point guard to facilitate and move the ball around. Payne is just not the guy. You know what I mean? But, let me go to Coach Color.
Right.
This dude's been all night. Coach Color Block. What do you do with Julius Randle, man? Are you trading him? Are you picking up that team option? Are you trading Obi in the future?
This might legit be like one of the toughest thing the Knicks are gonna have to do in the past like 5 years is this Randle situation, because it could go well, but it could also go really wrong in a lot of ways. If we pick up that option, it depends on what the money is, because right now a lot of scrubs in the NBA are getting paid pretty big money.
$20 million.
Yeah. So he may even just say, "Don't pick me up. I want to be a free agent." We have no idea. One thing I am certain of, basically, if the price is right, keep him. I think if the price is right, keep him. One thing I am certain of, though, and then if it's a reasonably like tradable contract, like Kuzma's or something like that, then do it. But if he asks for too much, let him bounce. The one thing that I can say though is I don't think we should trade him for assets this year, because I don't see. This is one thing I kind of have beefs with. Like the Marcus Morris thing last year was probably the best case of Marcus Morris playing on a contract year for a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like we got the best case scenario of what Marcus Morris was going to do last year, and we got lucky that it was a late pick and we took EQ with it. But I don't see who are these magical mystery buyers at the deadline. I don't know what teams are buying.
I said that. So it's like
what teams are buying? Like I agree with who's buying right now? Who are these mystery buyers that are going to pay this much money for Randall? the most they're going to give us is like a late first round pick, like they did for Marcus Morris. Like we got lucky with the Morris thing. So now, since we got lucky with that, everyone's thinking, oh, we just keep signing these veterans and flipping from first round picks. Like again, where are these mystery buyers? Almost every team in the NBA has an awful contract or two on their team that they're trying to get rid of, even the contending teams. So I don't know who is actually going to be like, yeah, we want Randall for our playoff run. So it puts us in a really weird spot on how we're going to deal with them at the end of the season. And I'm also curious as to when the NBA draft is going to be as a date for next year. Because the deadline for picking up the team option is in July. And so a lot of other questions, right? We got to ask a lot of other questions too, because now dates have to coincide. We got to see what Obi's doing. It's a lot. This might be a big decision for the Knicks. Kind of a non-answer, but that's my answer. I definitely don't see like people calling us for Randall. And if they do call us for Randall, it ain't gonna be much.
Right. I think with Marcus Morris, it'll be easy because he's a 3-and-D type of player who can fit more easily into a team, especially a guy. I mean, I think he did start last year, Marcus Morris, I believe, with Clippers. It's not easy to fit him in versus a point forward where you truly have to marry. I mean, if you need a point forward, especially starting, you're most likely not in the playoffs, right? Versus a 3-and-D player could fit really with any team. But salute to Siobhan Robinson, $5 super chat, man. Thank you very much. Knicks fans all summer wanted Randall to boost his value to trade him, and now that his value is at his highest, y'all get cold feet. Hello, laugh my ass off. I hate us. Hey man, I don't know, man. Will Salkin, salute. Hector Gaston, salute. Jason, salute. Let me get to Rob the Knick. First of all, he's going to insult me first. That's going to be his greeting. But let's get to Rob the Knick because he hates me because he thinks I'm in love with RJ Barrett. But go ahead, Rob.
You are, but
I'm not.
On top of that, but it's somebody there that love him more than you, so I can leave you alone.
Who's that, Mark?
Of course, everybody knows that. Hey, look, y'all guys making this thing. You guys making it harder than what it is. It really, you're making it harder than what it is. Look at it from this standpoint. This is the easiest way to look at it, and then you can drop the subject forever. Obi is on the team. Mm-hmm. It depends how he develops. Obi got hurt. If it wasn't for Randall being on the team, we'd be 0-4. So all of this trade Randall without nothing to help Obi, what's the reason? Now, Obi has 2 years. He got this year and next year. You pick up the option on Randall on the growth of Obi. That's it. Whatever Obi does dictates what we do with Randall. It's that simple. If he's slow to bloom, we hold on to Randall for 2 years. If he quick to bloom, we keep Randall. Mm-hmm. Randall is playing ball right now. This is not even a conversation to really be having. What do we do with Randall? Randall is worth more than a late first round pick anyway right now. The next year of his contract will be, what, $22 million? The Knicks got a steal on the whole deal, 60 for 3 years. If he, along with what players are getting now, for God's sake, Hayward is making 30. We still got Randall under contract. Randall is better than him right now. Randall, for what we look at right now, Randall is better than Porzingis because Porzingis is in the garage. He's in the garage.
You heard that, Mark?
Talented? Wait. He's more talented than him?
He's in the garage.
Hold on. So when he touches the floor,
we don't know. Let him touch the floor. He got a banged up knee.
Rob.
We talking about Randall. Let me finish Randall. Let me finish Randall. Let me finish Randall. So now, with that being said, look, we got 2 years for the development of Obi. That's the most important thing right now. Randall is a luxury right now. It's not a throwaway piece. It's a luxury to have. He's a luxury to have right now. Obi got hurt. We don't know what he's going to turn up and what he's going to be. We're going to see. But until he develops, we have Randall. We know Randall can ball. He's been balling. He's felling. Look, he's listening to his coaching. There's nothing wrong with Randall right now for us to even be talking about him. If you want to talk about somebody, we got plenty of people to talk about. Randall is not one. Randall is to be praised right now. And that's it. We'll cross that bridge in 2020.
We're talking about
in 2022. In 2022, when his contract is up, we can decide what we want to do with Randall. Until then, it's case closed. Next.
So let me ask you a question, Rob. Let me ask you a question. If he continues at this pace playing like this, say if he goes throughout the whole season playing like this, do you realize he can say, you know what, I'm not going to opt in. I'm going to opt out because guess what? Fred Van
it's not up to him.
He has a team option. He can't opt out.
It's a team option. Yes.
Okay.
This is not on him. That the Knicks are holding all the cards for the first time in a long time. The Knicks are dictating things.
Well, Gamma asked me if there was an asset out there.
Salute to the Trump Fields American Dream, by the way. And Grandmaster Vegan. Salute to you too.
I'd make that trade 100%.
It depends what it is. We're not throwing him away for just a first. It would have to be a first rounder and something else that we want. That's what it have to be. It'd be a first rounder and a player. And look, and this here, and Mark, and this is for you. It's not up to everybody to play to RJ's energy. He better get with the program and start hitting shots.
So let me ask you a question.
He's facilitating and rebounding. He's also doing other things. He does have to hit his shots. Let's not make it seem like RJ's not producing other ways.
No, Mark made that. Mark made that comment.
Wait. You think it's not Steph Curry's job to help everyone on his team?
He's not Steph Curry.
You just called him a luxury.
Randall is the luxury.
Define a luxury.
Randall luxury, man.
Randall is the luxury.
Okay. So for him to be a luxury, since you think so highly on him, I expect him to get the younger guys more involved, more playing team style ball. Help them. Don't just help yourself.
He didn't. Hey, look. You look at the 9 turnovers he had. 3 of them were charging. 2 of them was passes that RJ should have caught. So you limit that down to 4.
And again. Mark. Hold on. To Rob's point, and I said this earlier before Rob came in. Mark, literally, we do not have a point guard on the floor. The heart of the facilitation is going to go through Randall for the time being. And basically, Randall had to carry that team yesterday. So again, you can't get. And I said this. A lot of those turnovers. I pointed out before Rob kills me. She comes in when I don't say it. But I said the pass that he had to RJ when he was cutting through the middle, RJ should have had that, right? So again, you can't get mad at Randall when literally he's a sentry, he's an orbit for that offense. Without him, that offense, they don't have another playmaker right now. Maybe besides RJ, but even on the other side, they don't really have true playmakers that can operate away from Randall. Randall has to take. He had 48% of the assists last night. Was it 11 out of 23 or 12 out of 23? So I can't get mad at turnovers. He's trying to make things happen because they don't really have many other playmakers besides him. They just don't. EP sucks. I'm sorry.
Right? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you're the vital person on the team, right? Sometimes it's not necessary for you to have the ball all the damn time. That's what I'm saying. To make others better, bro. You have to put other guys.
Yeah, but there's no other. But hold on, Mark. I mentioned this before. March, his secondary and his potential assists are all up. Those are marks of him getting the ball to allow. Oh, he's off. Those are marks for him to allow other people to get the ball. Those just are again. I was not the biggest fan of Randall, but I can't deny the impact he's having on the floor right now as a point forward.
We also
can't mark back. By the way, go ahead, Zach.
We also got to remember one thing that is we're living through a tough time, and this team had an extra layoff. They had longer time away from each other. They didn't get a chance to build that chemistry right away. They didn't have the summer league for the young guys. Didn't have a real training camp. Didn't have a real preseason. And we have a new coach, a new system, a new style he wants to play, a new culture he wants to implement. All these guys, every player on this team, the jury is out until further notice. We got to give Tom time to figure out who he trusts, who he wants on the floor, and we got to give him time to develop these guys because he's always known wherever he goes, his teams and his players overachieve. Give him time to reach all the players. Give him time and give the players time before we start judging, this guy's trash, this guy sucks. See what they can do under Thibodeau's system.
He's doing. Listen, he's doing. His
I'm
thing
not
for
saying
the
you
4
are.
games.
Hold on, Mark.
I'm saying what I'm saying is patience. Preach patience. We gotta give them time. Give this team time. Give it 20, 25 games, and then we start saying who's doing what we need to change. Because Tom Thibodeau might be in the process of changing some of these things we have a problem with.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, look,
you're right.
we go. It's tough. It's tough on Randall. I think we're in a weird spot. The safest thing would probably be, of course, to keep.
But you know what's so funny, Gamo?
People
People was
to develop
complaining about that
behind him.
last year.
Wait, say it again. People complain about what?
People was complaining about Randall playing the point forward last year. Now it's different.
Yeah, that's what Randall
Yeah, but he's doing it better. He's doing it better.
Yeah, he needs time to
was not
adjust.
that
He was never been the
I'm not-
number one option on a team ever.
He's
He's not just going to
you
be
can't
perfect
deny
right out of the gate.
His assists have gone up. Secondary, all his passing numbers, facilitation has gone up.
That's what's killing Mark. That's what's killing him. He want to kill him, but he can't. That's what's killing Mark.
I was not a fan of Randall last year, but I can't kill the guy, bro. He's had 3 good offensive games.
Listen,
Go
I
ahead,
agree
Mark.
with y'all. He has a good 4 games. But do y'all trust him throughout the season to continue to do this? Because
I don't necessarily trust him, but we got
So far, so good, man. So far, so good. I'm gonna let him rock. You have to let him play, bro.
Marcus pissed.
Got you.
I trust
Because
Thibodeau.
Do not let Jalen Green be good, because if Jalen Green is good and he goes and say like,
but the thing is like, who else you gonna give the ball to?
I trust
Who else are you gonna
Thibodeau
give the ball to?
in the way he develops people.
Listen,
veterans have come to his
I trust-
team that were known to be players that have gone to Tibbs' teams, like on the Bulls, like for example Nate Robinson, that played a certain way or was on struggling teams his whole career. He goes there and he was a huge part of a playoff team that was an overachieving team that was injury riddled. Give these guys chances. Guys that weren't in these roles on other teams or other organizations, didn't ask them to do certain things or be elevated to this level. Give them chances. Not everybody gonna be perfect. Randall's never been a number one option on a team.
Even to a better example on the same team, look at what he did with guys, even though they were talented and productive before, but look at how he used your boy Boozer and Jakeem. Well, Jakeem No got dropped by the team, but regards to passing and how he opened up the offense with those forwards. You know what I mean? So again, I want to kill Randall just like
his college, bro.
I can't kill Randall. He's doing everything
I'm not killing him. I agree with y'all. He's having a great 4 games. He is. But you asking me, do I trust him enough to consistently do that on a high level that you need him to do? No.
The Knicks are so messed up as an organization. We have no choice.
Yeah,
you have to let him do it.
There's no one on this
Who else
team
is
you
gonna
can trust
do
to be
it?
a number one option yet. Nobody has proven it. Nobody has said no. You can't go to anybody on this team and say, "Yeah, I've seen you be a superstar in this league. Go ahead and take the ball and lead us to a championship." You earn the playoffs.
He's it by
You
default,
can't
Mark.
trust nobody.
By default, Randall got that job.
He is the most talented player on this team. Therefore, you give him the most trust. So you have to give this to everybody, people that haven't been in this position. You have to put them in positions that they aren't comfortable with, see what they do. You have to figure out who you have on your roster.
You think
as
he's
a
more
coach,
talented than RJ?
and that's what Thibodeau's doing. Yes, right now, yes. He is more
At the moment, yes, he is.
Yes. What has RJ done to deserve anything other than being drafted 3rd overall?
Okay. No.
I love RJ. I love his makeup. Don't get me wrong.
When you watch him play,
everybody love his makeup. That's the problem.
Randall is that far talented than RJ Barrett?
Has RJ Barrett ever?
I think RJ plays more of a team oriented. I would always take a team oriented play before I take a play.
Until this, okay. But what I'm saying is now with Thibodeau speaking to Randall, Randall's also he's like a Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina. I'm not taking up for DSJ, but all these guys have never had a structure in place their whole career. Multiple coaches, multiple front offices, multiple different messages and roles. Same with Randall. So when you get a guy in a spot where Thibodeau says, this is your role right now, give him time to fill it out. Same with RJ. Same with Knox. Same with Obi. Same with all these guys. Give it more than 4 games because, Tibbs, in my opinion, this team is doing really well so far compared to what I expected. I expected such a
No, they
sloppy
doing good on defense.
team. I
No,
mean, they're
the
doing a lot
defense is-
better.
the
The effort is there.
defense is wrong.
The effort is there. The things you
All right,
can't
all right,
coach
all
are
right,
there.
guys. Let me get to this last question.
No, the
Let me
effort
be
is
the-
100% there.
Hold on,
I'm
Mark.
about to head over, Guillermo. Yo, fellas, if I don't see y'all, Happy New Year, man. Be safe, y'all.
Happy New Year, bro.
And
Happy New Year.
take it easy,
God
guys.
bless you, man.
All
Hey,
right,
bro, take care. Stay safe, man.
Likewise,
Let me ask this
likewise.
last
TL,
question.
take it
Let me
easy,
ask this-
bro.
All right, bro.
TL, let me ask this last question on the Raptors, man. What expectation on the Raptors? Raptors right now is 0-3. This team does not look the same without freaking
Siakam's overrated
Ibaka,
offensively.
Gasol. 0-3, they lost to the Spurs, I believe. The Spurs, Pelicans, and if I could get this thing up, the damn schedule up. Hold up. Spurs, Pelicans, and the 76ers. Again, they're led right now. I think Kyle Lowry is leading the team at 19.3 points. Pascal Siakam at 18.7. Fred VanVleet at 14.7. OG Anunoby at 12.7. And Chris Boucher at 11.3. The team right now, they rank offensively not too good. 27th in points, produced 28th. In three-pointers made or three-point
What was it last
percentage,
year?
they're 19th right now. Offensive rating is at 28, which is just terrible. They do have one of the best paces at 4, or they're 4th in pace, excuse me. Field goal percentage, again, not great at 12, which is okay, but this is a team that's just not that good right now.
What's the
Defensively, they're
percentages?
okay. Points allowed, they're 13th. Field goal percentage allowed, they're 11th. 3 points allowed, they're 20th. Opponent field goal percentage at 14th. So the middle of the pack defensive ratings 6th. Just give me for everybody because we're gonna head out, but just let me know how we're gonna attack this team and what are your projections? If we're gonna win, lose. Just give me some dynamics that are gonna occur in the game. Let me start with Rob because Rob just came in.
Oh well, I think that we can. This is the first team that we played that we can attack in a multitude of ways. Our guards are bigger. Our front line is bigger. It's all about like playing defense, guard the 3, and hit our shots. And I think we can beat them easily.
They have their big man. They do have Aaron Baines, who I believe they just signed this year. They do have shooters. The shooters are just not so great. Norman Powell, Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
OG Anunoby shot well last year.
But we have length on them in all positions. It looks like to me.
Well, I mean, Pascal Siakam is what you call me the power forward. OG Anunoby's kind of big. What is he, like 6'7"?
Yeah, he's 6'7". We can cover them on the height.
Them boys play defense and they play physical.
Yeah, they're kind of physical. I mean, they've been losing, but
They play physical still. So I think
but two of they physical, the Gasol and Sabaka, they out of there. So that's most of their physicality. I have to watch him. I watched him a couple times, but I like that Malachi Flynn guy though. He kind of good. I've been watching him.
He's not even getting minutes now. He's playing like nothing. But in the preseason, he looked good as
I watched him in the preseason.
Oh, and by the way, the guy that everybody was loving, that got over RJ Barrett, Davis has only played 3 minutes. He's averaging only 3 minutes, by the way. Just to put that out there. But yeah, they don't really have many big guys. I mean, they got Aaron Baines, they got Alex Len, but he's Alex Len. He's a bust that no one talks about.
Gamma, do not sleep on Aaron Baines.
No. I was saying Alex Len. Aaron Baines can space the floor
because the way how he sets screens,
right. Let me go to Chuck.
Listen, if they play their defense the way they play their defense,
you think you're gonna stop us? I mean, Randall. If they can shut down, I wonder how they're gonna play Randall because teams are getting privy to the passing lanes, right? The passing lane tree of Randall, and you saw the turnovers. I'm not blaming Randall. I'm just saying that the teams are getting a lot more smarter, knowing that basically our main facilitator is Randall. Let me get to Chuck because Chuck is. I mean, he's already dead, but he's dying so much he's almost coming back to life. But what do you thought from the Toronto Raptors, man?
I caught Mark Soul when
he hasn't been active. You see that yet?
See, he's done.
Chuck got him out of here, huh?
I snatched the soul. You saw the time of that? I caught that soul right.
Oh,
Mark, come back, man. Come on, Mark. Don't let Chuck Talk grab out you. Come on, Mark. Get that AOL internet up, bro. Come on, Mark.
All right.
Listen, I'm back. Chuck been quiet the whole show.
Talking trash, man. Come on, man.
I'll be jumping in. I'll wait for people to stop, and by the time somebody stops, somebody else already jumped in. The 2 wins was based on the other team missing jumpers versus our zone, but both teams was getting good shots. So it's going to come down to if Van Fleet and any other shooter they have over there is hitting shots, and if they are, it's going to be Toronto 99, Knicks 92. That's it.
Toronto 99, Knicks 92.
You don't have a winning scenario for us?
No, he said for Toronto.
I know, but do you have a winning scenario for us?
Yeah, if they missing their shots.
Then you said Toronto 99, we got 92.
Because I expect Van Fleet to hit them.
Okay, so what's the winning scenario for us?
If Van Fleet don't hit them.
And then what's the score? Oh, you didn't think that far. Move on.
Oh, yeah. Chuck versus Randall. I got to see this. Let's go.
89-92.
Man, come on.
No, Gilmo, Chuck has been quiet all show. I've watched Chuck for the last week. He's been quiet on this show tonight. I watched Chuck for weeks, and he was just super talkative.
Because because I've killed Chuck. I've killed Chuck. I have respect for the dead, bro. Y'all don't have respect for the dead. I have respect for the dead, bro. Chuck is been dead.
Chuck and Josh, they be just rambling.
Nah, because there'd be too many people talking at once. I could have been got rid of Mark, yo.
No, I think at this point, the way
Chuck, are you working tonight?
Huh?
You working tonight?
I'm off.
You're gonna be on Blind Stairs, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna see you there because I don't want to be the moderator. I just want to kill you on any of your dumb points. I don't agree with. Because this has to end. Like it has to end once and for all, bro. You're dead. You should not be alive, bro.
To be honest with you, I want to know how an L feels so I could be humbled. I want to be humbled.
Coach Colorblocks, Coach Colorblocks. You remember the L you gave Chuck, right?
No.
Is this about the Knox thing or the Frank thing or the something? DSJ? One of these Knicks girls, bro.
Nothing.
Your skull. He's wearing your skull as a necklace, bro.
We didn't go at it. We didn't go at it. We didn't go at it.
Hold up, Chuck. Let me go to Coach Colorblocks. I'm gonna go to Zach Matos, and we're gonna Zach Matos. Excuse me, Zach Staten. We're gonna end this thing. Coach Colorblocks. What are the expectations on the Raptors? How do we attack them? How do we win this game? And do you believe we can win this game?
All right, chat. It's gonna come down to this. It's gonna be a game about pace. It's all about pace tomorrow. As in, if we let Toronto get to us in transition, we're gonna lose because we have bad transition defense. If we slow the game down and do our stuff, we have a good shot at winning. I think the Knicks are riding high. 99-94. Knicks by 4.
Wow. Okay. Get to Zach Staten.
All right, so I agree with Coach on that a little bit. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that they're one of the top teams in the league when it comes to pace, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, in my opinion, I think we got to slow the game down. We got to make them play our style of game, and we got to. And I think Siakam's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I think Randall's a little bit more suited to the bully ball style than he is. I think he can use his physicality against Siakam. I think we can slow the game down, and if we hit our shots, I think we got a really good chance. I'm going 105-98 Knicks.
I also think we got to slow down on Siakam a little bit, by the way. That's a different conversation for a different podcast, though.
I said his offense is not superstar talent. He got overpaid.
He got overpaid, and he got propped up by their offense. But I don't think he's that.
He got propped up because he had to play off Kawhi. That's why he got propped up.
I don't think he's like that. I don't think he's like that. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't like that. All
right. Well, hopefully we can beat this team. I think it's very doable. Again, I wonder how they're gonna expand the offense outside of Randall. RJ has to make those shots to take attention off of Randall. He has to be a secondary scorer, or at least a go-to scorer, so teams can't just clamp on Randall, because I think that teams are getting privy. The league is getting privy to it. But salute to all you guys, man. This was extremely fun. I love these arguments. Again, Rob comes in way too late to get into the.
I know I'll be getting off work, bro. I try to get there quick as I can.
I'm only joking with you, man. But I wish you were here earlier with Kevin Wright. Yeah, I know, right? I'm only joking. Hopefully, we'll see Rob tonight on Blar's Tears, man. We can have more fun, man. But guys, subscribe to Man. It's the Knicks. Subscribe to Blar's Tears. I'll be there. I'll be there a little bit late at 11:45, man. Again, I love this. I might be doing a game tomorrow, but I might be going to Jersey. So, guys, please stay tuned for any updates, man. For any of you guys who will not be seeing me before, the New Year's, Happy New Year's. God bless your families. Be safe, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. I think everybody here supporting the channel, man. Even Josh, who called in twice, he's still freaking DMing me on Instagram talking about his points. That guy,
bench RJ.
That guy's he's a machine, bro. I don't get it.
You can be saying talking about the sky being blue. We say trade RJ.
Twice.
I like Josh, but Josh is cool, man. Josh is a cool guy. He just has his, his off thoughts. But guys, see you two guys, man. Peace, and I'll see you later, man. Peace.
All right, peace.
All right, everybody have a good one,
fellas.